San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the gas lamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime year.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And a happy Wednesday to everybody out there in America's finest city. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Alongside Frank Marchese, of course, I'm Braden Surprenant, taking you up to 2 o'clock today, and Gwen and Chris, as we continue our Padres offseason coverage. And we're going to try to, this is a different time for us. It's a transition into a different kind of sports show, right? This is a little bit more NFL, college football time of the year here in San Diego. And I know there's a lot of people that listen to that stuff because I hear it driving around. Walking around. I saw a FedEx driver the other day in the neighborhood. He was listening to NFL talk radio. I know there's a lot of NFL and college football fans out there. And this is the transition of not having everything about Padres baseball mixed in. We got to talk about Padres baseball every day. There's got to be something worth talking about in Padres baseball every single day. And we're going to talk about the playoffs still. You got 4 games today. It's the last time we're going to have 4 games for the foreseeable future. The most baseball games you're going to see in a day for the foreseeable future. This is also a great day, too, because we got Kusa action tonight, Frank. Kusa action, baby.
I'm not going to be excited until we hit Tuesday night Maction. That's where it's at.
You like the MAC over Conference USA?
Tuesday night Maction is where it's at.
You don't like Wednesday night Kusa action?
It doesn't. Did that roll off the tongue the same way as
No,
Tuesday
it didn't,
night
but it's
well,
still college football
See
on
that?
a weekday. This week is the last week of not having that. Or no, wait, we got Kusa tonight.
It's 49 straight days of football being on, whether it be college or NFL.
Every single day.
Every single day for the next 49 days.
49 days in a row. So we got Missouri State, Mid-Tennessee today, 4:30, ESPN2. Liberty, UTEP. Get excited, Frank. Get excited. On Thursday, we got 4 college football games on Thursday. You don't like Thursday Kusa action either? You got Kusa and American action. And the Sun Belt's playing on Thursday. Huh? I like those games better than most Thursday night football games.
Well, hey, my New York Giants are playing this Thursday.
Your New York Giants. Your New York football Giants.
I didn't say that loud for a reason.
They're still your New York football Giants. I can't wait for the full recap on Friday.
It's not my week to watch.
It's your week to watch them. It's your week to watch them.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Your week to watch them.
No,
so we
it's
got games
not.
on Wednesday and Thursday. Into Friday. We got Friday games too.
That's usually what comes after Thursday. And if it's consecutive games, then yeah, that's usually how that works.
All right. No need to be an ass.
I'm
Saturday, obviously college football slate. Sunday, NFL football. Monday, NFL football. And then we got Tuesday, Conference USA and Sun Belt action starting on Tuesday. And then we got more Conference USA action on Wednesday. American on Thursday. Back to 4 college football games on Friday the next week. Football on Saturday. Oh, this is great. Great time of the year.
I'll tell you what, though.
When are we getting... When the MAC is slacking, dude. The MAC is slacking. No action until what? November?
Listen, I'm focused and excited on Penn State this week against
Excuse
Northwestern.
Excuse me?
They fixed the problems. Okay? For those of you who have not been keeping up with Penn State social media, they have fixed the problems. They know why they lost against Oregon and against UCLA, and they've rectified the problem.
Okay. Sounds good.
They've added the white collar back on the uniform.
Oh yeah, they went back to they fixed the uniforms. That's right.
they're going
They
back.
made boring uniforms even more traditional and boring.
And they're going back to the retro Nittany Lion head with the Penn State in the end zone.
Okay.
Problem solved. If only we knew that
before the Oregon game.
If only we knew that we brought the wrong uniforms to UCLA and that the end zone was painted incorrectly for Oregon.
This is why these traditional teams never change. This is why they'll never not have the Yankees uniforms with no names on the back and the pinstripes. That's why they don't have a City Connect.
Which I could have swore that was coming up like this year.
Aren't they supposed to get one? Are they going to refuse to do it? Everybody had to do it.
Every team is supposed to have one.
Even the traditional teams that have never changed their uniforms, the Red Sox, the Cubs, the
Red Sox
Dodgers.
have had 2 already.
I know. Yankees, where are they at? Were we just watching all of Aaron Judge's home runs from this year?
Yeah, he hit one last night.
So we have to play all of them.
We got to update the montage.
We're going to talk more about that series in a second. By the way, circle your calendar, Frank. Do you know when the first when you know when the first MAC game is?
When is that?
You don't know?
No.
As a big MACtion fan?
No.
That'd be Tuesday, November 4th.
Okay.
That's a local election day.
Who's playing it?
Your first MAC game is currently 0-5 UMass, the Minutemen.
Okay.
Taking on the Akron Zips at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, November 4th. Circle that date right now. Circle it, Frank. UMass, the Minutemen, and the Zips, baby. 4 o'clock on a Tuesday.
What are they combined 0-10?
Akron's 2-4.
Oh, wow.
How dare you disrespect
Congratulations.
Zippy the Zip? How dare you disrespect his ball club?
Let's go.
Also, kicking off at the same time on Tuesday, November 4th in MACtion, Miami of Ohio and Ohio.
That's not okay. That's not the Buffalo Bulls, but okay.
Buffalo Bulls are not playing on Wednesday either. You got MACtion on Wednesday that week. Kent State, Ball State. Still don't have a time for that yet. Northern Illinois and Toledo. By the way, I hate the timing for college football as by canceling my trip to Texas now because of, God forbid
you canceled it?
God forbid we have times laid out ahead of time.
You didn't want to take a parachute over Dallas before it lands in Atlanta?
No, but here's the deal. What other times could they possibly play on a Wednesday? What are they still waiting for in terms of to be determined time-wise?
Hey,
all of the other games start at 4 and 4:30 on the Pacific Coast. What are they waiting for?
These kids got to go to school.
That's funny. They're not going to school.
I tried to say that with a straight face.
I can't say it with a straight face. That was and I didn't want to spend the open on this because we're going to talk about baseball and playoff baseball here in a second. We got to play this clip later. I love Chris Budden. Chris Budden's my new favorite sideline reporter. I'm going to tell you. Chris Budden, who used to be the sideline reporter here in San Diego, worked for, I don't know if it was Channel 4, if it was Fox Sports San Diego at the time. Chris Budden went off on Big Ten coaches. I loved it. All these Big Ten coaches whining, bitching, and moaning that they have to fly. We had to fly to the West Coast, and it's so hard for travel for our kids, and I don't know how you expect us to win. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, buddy. I'm sorry. Aren't you guys collecting the check? Aren't you collecting the check? Well, our kids have to go to school, and they have to fly to the West Coast to play a game, and it's a conference game, and I'd like to see other teams do this. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear you cry. What they should do is they should be Woody Harrelson in Zombieland and pull out a stack of 100s, cut a bunch of Ben Franklins, and wipe away their tears. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear you bitch. You signed up for this. USC, I don't want to hear you complain. We had to go to Illinois for a conference game. You could have played all the teams out here. Oh, was it good enough for you, though? Wasn't good enough for you, was it? Could have played Arizona. Not. This strength of schedule out here on the West Coast isn't good enough for us to make the playoff. Then they get to the Big Ten, and they play, quote, better teams, which I think that is, remains to be seen, because Minnesota is so good. Northwestern is so great. So they're playing better teams now in the real conference of the Big Ten, and now it's it's not fair now because it's too hard. Now it's too hard. It's unfair for us to have to fly to Nebraska to play a conference game. You know we have to play at Rutgers in November? That's terrible. I'd like to see anybody else do this. I'd like to see somebody else do this. We're USC. We should never have to fly to Rutgers in November.
I'm thinking you should save this for when we actually discuss the topic, you know?
I have more. I
know
more.
You do.
Cut the violin. I have more. These rich guys complaining. We have to play. Shut up. Come on, James Franklin. We have to play UCLA. It's UCLA, dude. They suck.
To be fair, Penn State did not take a check to go into the Big Ten.
No, but they got a raise.
To play UCLA.
No, but they got a raise. They got a raise. They said yes.
That was UCLA that did that.
They got a raise. Don't defend James Franklin here.
No, I'm just saying.
Corporate Big Ten Frank to defend this, by the way?
I'm just saying.
They said, oh, we're going to get an extra $20 million on top of the $50 we're making. Oh, we're going to make $100 million too?
I'm just saying,
sounds good. This is great.
All I was saying was Penn State did not join a Big Ten that already had UCLA and USC in it. It was UCLA and USC that moved to this conference. That's all I was saying.
They had to approve it. Unless there's documentation.
I'm not denying it.
Unless there's documentation that Penn State said, we are totally against this. I don't want to see this. We don't want to fly to USC. We don't want the extra money. Unless I get that in writing that they didn't want it, no. It's on them. If they went flat out say, we disagree with the conference, we don't need the extra money, we like regional conferences, first of all, they would have been shamed. Somebody would have been like, boo this man. Boo this man. Boo this man. Gloria, it would be the that scene, I don't even know if I can say the name on the radio, where it's like the meme where it's Brad Pitt in the tank.
Yes.
He's like, that guy. That's exact. If Penn State said that, that's what the reaction would have been for the Big Ten. They would have been like, that guy sucks. We don't associate with them. But they went along with it. I don't hear the bitching, moaning, and complaining about it. I don't. I do want to hear the bitching, moaning, and complaining from our resident Yankees hater, though. What happened last night, buddy? We got to talk about it in the next segment, but let me ask this question.
It's hard to sweep a 3-game series. You can't expect to sweep a 3-game series. How many times have I said that this year?
Let me ask the question as we talk about playoff baseball when we come back. Was that the playoff-defining moment that Aaron Judge needed? Has he flipped the narrative? Frank? We'll listen to the Mets fan talk about whether or not Aaron Judge has flipped his playoff narrative when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show. Off and running on a Wednesday. San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through the Fan. All guests on 97 The Fan join us via the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up later on the show, we're talking Aztecs football. And what about Aztecs football? How about them Aztecs, Frank?
How about them Aztecs?
That's right, Sean. How about them Aztecs? Aztecs 4-1. Aztecs try to be 5-1 with a trip to Reno this weekend. And joining us at 11:30 is San Diego State edge rusher Trey White, rejoining us on the Braden Surprenant Show. It's going to be fun. We'll talk with Trey about what has happened so far, what happened in that Washington State game, what they did to bounce back from that, and how they've been able to really fire on all cylinders since that particular game. They had the bad game against Washington State, a bye week, got things straight against Cal, did well against Northern Illinois. Defensively, they did really well. Bounced back, put up a lot of points against Colorado State. Now they're going to be at Nevada. Now they haven't done well on the road. They've looked lights out at home. They haven't done well on the road. We'll see if they could do that against Reno coming up this weekend. We'll talk with Trey White about that at 11:35. We're going to talk Padres stuff and then in the 11 o'clock hour, the beginning part. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about the NLDS and the ALDS. We'll start with the NLDS. Some winners and losers from the NLDS Game 2. Let's talk about what happened in Game 2 2 days ago. Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-3. Now, tonight, we have 4 games in Major League Baseball. Dodgers beat the Phillies 2 nights ago, 4-3. They take a 2-0 lead. Dodgers take both games in Philadelphia. Philly is now 1-5 in their last 6 postseason games at home, which I find to be shocking. Blake Snell starred in the game. He had 6 innings, no earned runs, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. Completely silenced the Phillies lineup and outdueling Jesus Luzardo. Phillies made it close late. Nick Castellanos hit a double in the 9th inning to cut it 4-3, but LA held on behind Blake Trinan. Dodgers now head home with a chance to clinch a second straight NLCS berth. Ugh. Disgusting. Philly stars are missing in action, though, Frank. Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber are a combined 2 for 21, batting .095 with 11 strikeouts and no extra base hits in this series. Despite huge regular seasons that they all had, a combined 98 homers, 276 RBIs. They have disappeared in October. I mean, they're gone. We don't know where they're at. I thought for sure the Phillies would be in a spot to really beat up on LA, who has struggled this season. The superstars that they pay for, maybe this is an ongoing thing. I mean, are superstars showing up for anybody right now?
No.
I mean, where are the Phillies superstars at? Where's Trey Turner? That guy's making a fortune. Where's he at? Bryce Harper. What are we doing, buddy? Where are you at? Kyle Schwarber. Everybody has wow, Padres got to sign Kyle Schwarber. Why? So he could hit a $195 at 50 home runs in the regular season and then disappear in the playoffs? No extra base hits from their trio. That's their trio of guys. Maybe it's not just the Padres whose superstars don't perform in the playoffs. I mean, we saw that last year with the Dodgers. That top of the order for LA did nothing against San Diego. Nothing. Trey Turner getting $27 million a year. Bryce Harper, $25 million a year. I haven't even talked about Aaron Nola, how much of a disaster the contract that is. That guy signed a 7-year, $172 million contract. $24 million a year for that guy. Nick Castellanos getting $20 million a year. Where are these guys? Kyle Schwarber, $20 million a year. Where is he? Did they know the series started this week? Apparently not. Despite their great regular season success, Phillies lineup looks lifeless. No extra base hits for the top 3 hitters through 2 games. Blake Snell may finally be getting his postseason due. He's overshadowed by Ohtani, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Kershaw, but pitching like an ace. Snell had 23 whiffs, 9 on a slider, 9 on a changeup, showed vintage dominance. Dodgers bullpen barely escaped a meltdown, but continues to find ways to close games. They're kicking the can down the road with the bullpen. I don't know how the Dodgers can. The Dodgers won the World Series last year because of their bullpen. The Dodgers right now are surviving in the playoffs despite their bullpen, which continues to be a disaster. So before I talk about the Brewers and the Cubs series, the question is, Are the Phillies superstars the biggest postseason disappointment right now in Major League Baseball? I think it's an interesting question. Ask San Diegans what they think. Are the Phillies superstars the biggest postseason disappointment right now, or is it the Padres superstars that were disappointing in the playoffs? Who is more disappointing, Frank? The Phillies superstars or the Padres superstars this postseason?
Padres superstars at least had a singular moment. The Phillies have not done a thing. Philly superstars, Bryce Harper getting asked about being booed at home. Yeah, should be. You absolutely should be. The Philly superstars have done absolutely nothing so far in these first two games. But again, like I said, I understand you guys want to say, no, the Padres were because you lost. At least
one extra base hit is still better than 0 extra base hits.
Manny had a moment. Manny won you a game. Fernando was on base for that moment where Manny won you a game. That's worth something. The Philly superstars have not won them a game right now.
It might be the worst. I mean, even Juan Soto's down in pina coladas right now. I mean, he's doing his part. The Mets hitters are doing their part. I think the Phillies are a little bit more disappointing. I'd have to say the Phillies, despite us being local here and like being upset still the Padres are not in the playoffs anymore and the superstars didn't perform. Manny got a home run. And that was a big home run for the Padres. I mean, we can talk about Manny all we want, and that the Phillies superstars are way worse. Way worse. And those guys, you want to talk about bad contracts, they got some aging veterans on those contracts too. Just slightly less in money. I mean, Zach Wheeler is not even pitching for him right now. Not his fault. I mean, scary situation with him. He's getting $42 million a year for the next 3 years. $42 million. Not in the postseason. It's such a roll of the dice. Blake Snell, is he the Dodgers' secret ace, Frank?
He's looking like it. I mean, I guess
I can't believe they let him go 6 innings. Who lets Blake Snell go more than like 4 innings in a playoff game?
Well, usually it's Blake Snell that doesn't let himself go that long.
That's true.
But he's been very, very good in this postseason. You can't deny it. As much as you want to, you cannot deny it. And how about Roki Sasaki now becoming the Dodger closer of all things? Thought this guy was going to be a starter, a superstar starter, put him in this rotation, make it an unhittable rotation. He is now, because of injury, because of quality, and because of what that Dodger bullpen is, has now become your closer.
Let's talk about the other side. Milwaukee leads at 2-0. Brewers slugged their way to a commanding 2-0 lead. Andrew Vaughn and Jackson Chourio each hit 3-run homers in their last game. William Contreras added a solo shot. All 7 runs came via the long ball, all with 2 outs. Jacob Mizorowski, National League starter, Frank, dominated in relief through 3 scoreless innings and overpowered Cubs hitters. Cubs offensive struggles. Not just offensive struggles, but struggles in general. Starting pitching in disarray. Javier Assad was left off the roster. Matthew Boyd on short rest in game 1. Shota Imanaga, 20 home runs allowed in 13 second-half starts. Tagged again in game 2. Would have been nice if the Padres tagged those guys, but that's neither here nor there. Offense is stagnant. 5 playoff games, never more than 3 runs in a game. Only offense has come via solo homers or early inning bursts that quickly fade. Chicago just looks outclassed. Milwaukee's defense depth and approach far superior. Brewers back to dominant form. This looks like the same team, Frank, that went 53-16 from May 25th to August 16th. Hitting is clutch, defense is sharp, pitching is deep. All signs point to a team peaking at the right time. Are the Brewers baseball's most complete team left in October?
I would say so.
I'd say yes right now.
They look very, very, very good, especially when you give up 3-run homers in the first inning, the way the Brewers have. It means so much to be able to come back and immediately respond. Cubs put up 1 or 2 in the first inning of game 1. They immediately
put up one. They put up one in game one.
They immediately respond with 6.
Then they go, hey, one didn't work. Let's put up 3 this time.
Seiya Suzuki is a 3-run home run in the first inning of game 2. And then Andrew Vaughn, who, by the way, trade piece from the White Sox, comes back and immediately responds. It's 3-3 before you can blink an eye. That is the biggest part, and them just winning. They are a very, very dangerous team. They could honestly win their first championship this year.
They look the best right now of any team. They look the best of any team in the National League. I mean, you look at the Brewers right now, they don't have a lot of weaknesses. You look at the Dodgers, who are the other team winning right now, looking like it's going to be Dodgers and Brewers in the NLCS. They have a bullpen issues. They have massive bullpen issues. And right now, a Brewers team.
I think that's an understatement, a bullpen issue.
Bullpen, massive problem. We have problems, is basically what they're telling the front office. We have massive problems. The Brewers, though, for a team that didn't hit a lot of homers this year, is starting to hit a lot of home runs in the right time. Who's got the best shot to stop Milwaukee right now? Is it the Dodgers? I mean, to me, the Milwaukee, the way that they're slugging right now and the way the Dodgers bullpen is limping, I don't see the Dodgers really having too much of a great chance against Milwaukee. I mean, in the National League, Milwaukee's playing like the best team. And compare them to the American League teams, there's nobody in the American League right now that looks better than Milwaukee. Seattle and Detroit are going back and forth. The Yankees, I know they finally woke up last night.
Yeah, because
Blue Jays have looked good, but they haven't looked. They look more dominant because they're playing a Yankees team.
They've only played 3 games, and they manhandled the Yankees in Toronto. I would say if there is one team that might be able to go toe-to-toe with Milwaukee, I believe Toronto could be that team.
Milwaukee and Toronto in the World Series.
That would be a nightmare for Major League Baseball.
He's pulling his hair out. Last question about the NLDS. We'll talk about the ALDS and what Frank thinks about the memorable moment of Aaron Judge. Is the Cubs rebuild? Is this a Cubs rebuild or is this a mirage? 0 offense, no starting pitching plan, questionable roster choices. Did the Cubs overachieve this year, or does this expose how far away they really are? Are the Cubs a fake contender who benefited from a soft National League, or just one ace pitcher away from being legit?
Did they really benefit, though? They finished second in the division. Them benefiting is them winning the division.
Benefiting in terms of making the playoffs because somebody had to make the playoffs. It's really
they were the number 1 wild card team. They won 92 games.
Yeah, I think they're saying that's because the Padres weren't as good and the Reds aren't as good and the Mets and all that stuff.
No, they are a couple of pieces away. This is not a rebuild. The roster that they have, they need starting pitching for sure. Their bullpen has been an issue all season long. Didn't look all that bad against the Padres, but hey. And your biggest question right now is Kyle Tucker, whether or not he's going to come back. And the answer to that is, well, it's really, do I need a DH or do I need a right fielder? Because Seiya Suzuki can go out and play right field. That's not even really that big of an issue. I mean, losing a player of Kyle Tucker's caliber is an issue, but as far as having no one behind him that can play, they have somebody behind him. They have Seiya Suzuki.
Let's talk about the American League when we come back. Did Aaron Judge rewrite his postseason legacy, Frank? Is one swing enough to erase years of postseason frustration? Or did legends have to finish the job? We'll talk about the American League Divisional Series and what happened last night as we got to preview the next 4 games that are going to happen today. Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Sports Station, 97 through the Fan. This hour 97 through the fans brought to you by U.S. Wellness Meats. Overwhelmed by processed foods, U.S. Wellness Meats offers an all-natural alternative. 100% grass-fed beef, pork, poultry, wild-caught seafood, and more. Shipped free from family farms. Get 20% off your first order at uswellnessmeats.com. Where are the Philly Stars? Don't know. Don't know where they're at. Don't know where they're hiding. They're not playing to a high level. And I get it. Like, they missed the first round and only a couple of games, but welcome to baseball. I'm sorry. This is the playoff format they have. Let's talk about the American League. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show. We're here every single day from 10 to 2, San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Leading to Gwen and Chris. In the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about the 4 questions facing the Padres that they must answer in this offseason. We'll talk about that when we come back. We got tons of baseball today. It's the last day. You're going to have 4 games all in one day. Today. It's the last day to do it. And we talked about the National League a couple of days ago. National League will have their 2 games today again. The American League played last night. New York Yankees
You know that
refusing to
group
die.
chat, the one.
My bad.
I
Trying
say the
to delete
Yankees.
something.
You're trying to delete me saying the Yankees.
No, I
on the
was
show.
trying to delete the.
Look how much
the,
of a hater
I
this
was
guy
trying
is.
to
He's trying to
delete the
distract from the
hotkey.
Yankee stuff.
My bad.
Okay. I don't believe you.
We have an update for that. I was trying to delete the hotkey, and I was in delete mode on here, and it did not delete mode.
We got Rod getting the fresh Mott's on the 18, number 18 at Mona Lisa's today. Coming in hot, starving over here. You know what, Juan? You know what, Rod? Have a day, buddy. I wish I was Rod right now. I'd love to have a number 18 at Mona Lisa's with fresh mozzarella. Hey, put on the focaccia, Rod. You can put it on the focaccia bread. That's a good move. Not a lot of people know about the focaccia bread. I still haven't asked if they have ciabatta or not. We talked about that. I'm a little afraid to do that. But you know what? It's a great play every time you go to Mona Lisa's. Let's talk about this. Speaking of Italians, let's talk about the New York Yankees.
Don't. Oh, for God's sake.
They've had a lot of legendary Italians play for their team. I'm surprised you're not a Yankees fan.
I'm not a Yankee fan because I hate myself.
Okay. Is that what it is?
I want to lose, apparently. That's what my life has
Frank
shown
loves
me.
pina coladas in October. That's why he's a Mets fan. All right. Enough of this. Just right here, just stirring.
I love getting my hopes up and then just having my
Juan Soto's
entire
having
world.
A great time right now.
I
think
that makes
Juan
me feel
Soto,
so much better, honestly.
I think Juan Soto is actually having a better time right now than he would be if he was in the playoffs. That's the player you signed. Moving on. Yankees refuse to die. 9-6 win over the Blue Jays. But today, Frank, what's today?
Happy Yankee Elimination Day.
Happy Yankee Elimination Day for all that celebrate. I will say this. So far, the time that you've said, you're on a losing streak with that. If they win again today,
it's going to happen.
Not say it.
It's going to happen. All right?
If
it's
you
going
say
to
it
happen.
Every elimination day they have and they win, you're going to talk them into a World Series, and you're going to feel bad about it.
See that window back there?
Yep. You're going to jump through it like Chris Budden talking about the Big Ten coaches complaining about travel? I will throw myself through a window if I have to hear another Big Ten coach complain about travel.
It's going to be one fat swan dive out that window.
Are you going to yell something coming out first? Look out below?
No, there's not really anyone here.
Okay. All right. Yankees, Blue Jays. Yankees win 9-6. Yankees avoided elimination with a stunning comeback. They erased a 6-1 deficit. What was Frank thinking? I think he got the 6-1 lead for Toronto.
I was
popping champagne. No. Frank's Italian. He was popping Prosecco. Popping the Prosecco. Get out the fresh Mott's.
Honestly,
imported prosciutto tonight. Imported.
Honestly, you know what I was doing? I was getting ready for the Pens Rangers opening night.
See, you know what? This is why the Yankees won. You weren't locked into Yankee Elimination Day.
No.
You were distracted.
It's opening night for the NHL.
By the little puck running around on the ice.
Which, by the way, we are going to be distracted by the little puck running around on the ice tomorrow.
Go Gulls.
As we have San Diego Gulls head coach Matt McElvain coming on the show.
That'll be fun. I can't wait for it. All right. Aaron Judge delivered the signature postseason moment of his career.
I got the sound if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Struck out in a changeup his first time with a heating up Judge who settles into this ball but then drops it. Can Hernandez get to the bag before the throw? He does.
That's a foul. It's Dodger loving on the show.
You what? No.
Dodger loving.
No.
That is Dodger loving.
No, it is
Put
not.
in the chat. Let's ask the audience. Is playing a pro Dodger highlight in the World Series that they won on the air Dodger loving?
You wanted Aaron Judge's seminal playoff moment. I just played it.
It was his game-tying three-run homer yesterday.
The fact that it just happened to be against the Dodgers, that means nothing.
Was it extra sweet that it happened against the Dodgers?
You wanted Aaron Judge's seminal playoff moment.
Foul.
That's what I gave you.
Dodger loving on the airwaves.
That is what I gave you.
Boo this man.
No.
Boo this man.
Thank you to Fox Sports, by the way.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Playing Joe Davis on these airwaves. Foul.
Gotta credit the God, you said it.
Bow.
Barely
Dodger
hear
lover
him over
Frank.
you can barely hear it over the sound of Yankee Stadium in complete and utter disbelief.
All right, moving on to last night's game. He crushed a game-tying 3-run homer off the left field foul pole in the fourth inning. Fast. Here's the thing. It's funny. These breakdowns, we didn't get the StatCast numbers on any of the home runs in the Brewers game.
No.
But Aaron Judge hits a home run. It's like, hey, look, it's the fastest pitch and farthest inside pitch he's ever homered on. Look how great this guy is. Fastest inside pitch hit for a home run by any batter since pitch tracking began in 2018. Signature moment, Frank. Did you know that?
No, we played that already.
Judge is now 7 for 11 with a double and a home run in the ALDS, silencing the, quote, October choker critics.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm just saying, hey, guy's getting the job done. This is his signature moment. Winning game 3, down 2-0, where the Yankees have gotten their ass handed to them for the first 2 days.
Was that a go-ahead home run, by the way?
This is the Aaron. No, it's game tying.
It's a game-tying home run. What inning was that home run in?
4th inning.
Ah, okay. So
Off
there
the
was
left
plenty
field
of
foul
time
pole
to
in the
lose
wonderful
the game
stadium.
at that point.
That is the bandbox of Yankee Stadium.
Y'all are so embarrassing.
Fastest pitch and farthest inside pitch he's ever homered on. Fastest inside pitch hit for a home run by any batter.
Y'all are so
since
embarrassing.
pitch tracking began in 2018. He's so great, Frank. I don't know why you haven't. Oh, God, so
all of
Frank.
you.
He's so great. So great. Biggest comeback in Yankees postseason elimination game history, Frank. Do you know that?
For them.
5-run comeback tied for the second largest in team postseason history and third largest in MLB postseason elimination games ever.
It's impressive.
Wow.
It's impressive that they're doing that all while they're crying about the Blue Jays stealing signs.
Resilient stat. You want to hear this resilience, how resilient the Yankees are?
God.
They're now 4-0.
You're about to hear how resilient my stomach is.
Yankees are now 4-0 all time in game 3s, went down 2-0 in the best of 5 ALDS. They're 4-0 all time, baby. Never been swept in a 5-game divisional series because we're the New York Yankees.
How many of those games were played on a Wednesday at 4:17 with the wind blowing
That
out
seems
to
oddly
right
specific.
field? Well, you're giving me oddly specific stats.
I'm just reporting what I got. Yankee starts finally delivered when it mattered. Judge's home run may have saved the series, Frank.
Oh, for God's sake.
Series-saving home run. Game-tying home run. Season series. Saving the series. And changed the perception of his postseason legacy. Momentum heading into game 4 it feels like it's flipped. I'm telling you, it feels like it's flipped.
Who wrote this article?
These are just notes from the article from CBS.com.
To whoever wrote this article.
It's flipped, baby.
It was a game time.
I feel like what's the guy that does the impressions?
It was a game
I feel like Frank Caliendo right now. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It was a game tying 3-run home run in the 4th inning that went off the shortest foul pole in Major League Baseball in the divisional series.
All right.
Until he hits a go-ahead home run in an elimination game in the World Series, then we could talk about him changing his postseason legacy.
Let's talk about it. Let's I'm going to get serious now. Did Aaron Judge just rewrite his postseason legacy?
No.
For years, critics said Judge disappears in October. That 99.7 mile an hour inside corner home run felt like a legacy moment, Frank. If the Yankees complete this comeback, is that the turning point of Aaron Judge's playoff reputation? Or does he still have to deliver in a series win before we crown it?
Yes. Yes, he does.
He did not rewrite his postseason legacy. Absolutely not. He did not do that. That is utter nonsense and propaganda spewed out by the legacy media talking about how great the Yankees are and how great Aaron Judge is. Guy hits a game-tying home run. So what? Nobody cares.
By the way,
win a series. Go win. The Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009, yet they're shoved down our throats on the daily about how great they are. They haven't even come close. Last year was the closest they were. The Dodgers kicked their ass. And they look like the bad news Bears in the outfield.
by the way, type in Aaron Judge World Series drop like I just did into YouTube, the first 3 videos that came up for me were the entirety of the 4th inning last night posted by MLB posting the home run, and Fox Sports posting the home run, which, funny enough, is not him dropping a ball in the World Series.
You act like they were. I bet you can't even go. That clip that you played is probably the last physical copy of that clip on this planet. They probably have scrubbed it from the internet.
The only other one the first clip of that home run I found that wasn't like a dubbed edit by John Boy or whatever.
Oh God,
was the Fox Deportes call of it. That was the first one I found, and it was like 9 videos down.
I think we both are in agreement on this. Is one swing enough to erase your years of postseason frustration, or do legends have to finish the job? Legends have to finish the job.
Thank you.
I agree, 100%. I mean, I just set Frank up for the whole thing. I mean, I was trying so hard not to say that.
At least it didn't
trying
work.
to say that with a straight face.
At least it didn't work.
That's an embarrassing. Like, well, StatCast says this is the hardest hit. Who gives a bleep? Win a game. I hope the Blue Jays kick their ass today. That'd be nice. Mariners and Tigers. We have a couple of minutes here. Mariners beat the Tigers last night 8-4. This is the only game that's like the only series that's an actual series where it's back and forth. I mean, the Yankees won last night. Sick. But like, that's basically a gentleman's sweep about to happen in the Bronx tonight. Seattle took a 2-1 series lead, could advance the ALCS with a win in Game 4. Logan Gilbert, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. Mariners gambled by using him on the road. Got a 4.74 road ERA in regular season versus a 2.24 home ERA. Paid off for the Mariners. Not that they really had too much wiggle room with that. Could have been a scoreless outing if not for a failed double play turn in the 5th. Mariners offense, underrated road juggernaut, flexed its power. Home runs by Eugenio Suarez, J.P. Crawford, and Cal Raleigh. Raleigh added a 2-run bomb in the 9th to seal it. Mariners rank 3rd in batting average, 2nd in OPS, tied for 1st in homers, 3rd in runs scored on the road this year. Even after a 3-hour rain delay, the offense was locked in and relentless. Jack Flaherty struggled again. Let me pretend to care about Jack Flaherty. Here's my care face. Jack Flaherty, 3 1/3 innings, 4 earned runs after 2 scoreless, signed a 2-year, $35 million deal, but continues to disappoint. With Skubal carrying the staff and Jobin Olsen injured, Flaherty's failures leave the Tigers' rotation in a crisis. Seattle has matured, pitching depth, timely power, road confidence. Mariners' offense, once-a-week spot, has now become their October weapon. Detroit's pitching staff and Flaherty's regression are huge offseason red flags. The question for you, are the Mariners becoming the American League's most complete playoff team? Are they better than the Blue Jays?
No, I don't think they're better than Toronto. Seattle is another one of those teams that has to prove it first. Best record in the history of Major League Baseball, and then went away with a whimper in the first round of the playoffs. We've been talking about them being regular season chokers as far as being close and not getting to the playoffs. Now, I will grant you, this year does feel different with everything that Cal Raleigh has done, with Julio Rodriguez actually appearing. I haven't heard much of anything about Eugenio Suarez. Naylor is having some sort of issue I saw the other day. I'm not ready to crown them as a complete team. Toronto, yes, I think Toronto is going to be the American League representative in the World Series.
So you think I think the Mariners are quietly becoming the team to beat, but the way that they're playing.
I mean, that's good on them. I'm not ready to.
And here's the other thing too. This is going to be great. When Cal Raleigh leads the Mariners to a World Series, it's a great story. And Aaron Judge can't get out of the divisional round, and we're going to see Aaron Judge win the American League MVP again with nothing to show for it. At least when Mike Trout was winning MVPs, they weren't even making the playoffs. He's got nothing around him. I mean, it's the New York Yankees, man. It's the New York freaking Yankees. If you got the MVP for 3 years in a row, you should probably be, I don't know, winning World Series. Heck yeah, for Cal Raleigh, though.
That's a great story, by the way. With I didn't set the thing off. That's my bad.
I was like, where's the
yeah,
time?
that's me
Fire it
not paying
up.
attention. Great news for the that one. I don't know if you guys saw the Mariners fan last night with the dump 61 here.
Yeah.
Raleigh hit it to him, and they
That's
invited
awesome.
him into the thing.
When we come back, 4 roster questions that the Padres must answer. We'll answer those questions when we continue. 11 o'clock hour, San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97.3 The Fans, the Braden Surprenant Show. 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays. With the NFL and CBS and Paramount Plus, stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We're going to talk some Padres baseball now. We talked about the playoffs, American League, National League, NLDS, ALDS, all that stuff. It's time to focus back into the Padres. And in the 11 o'clock hour on this show during the offseason, it's going to be a lot of Padres. I mean, 11 a.m. You want to mark it down on your calendar right now, 11 a.m., that's going to be our main Padres topic of the day. I did see it floating around. What is today's date? The 8th? It is the 8th. You know, Kevin Acee had that article yesterday we talked about, right? Sense of urgency. How they want to have a little bit more sense of urgency next year. Need to power up for next October. There's a couple of those things. I mean, those are all topics that are going to be very much evergreen for the rest of the offseason. But here's something that AJ Cassaville mentioned. And AJ Cassaville was on with Gwen and Chris yesterday. And we're going to try to play some of the stuff that he said on Gwen and Chris yesterday later on the show. But he wrote this article, 4 roster questions the Padres must answer. And the thing is, it's like you start looking around. I mean, we were looking around on a lot of different Padres topics today, and a lot of them are saying the same thing. It's the post-mortem, like, where do you go from here kind of attitude. And going into next season, most of the questions for the Padres are relatively the same. At least the people that write these articles and have podcasts and all that stuff are really talking about the same stuff. And number one that comes to mind, I mean, there's a lot of things that come to mind, but number one that comes to mind is rotation uncertainty. You look at the San Diego Padres payroll for 2026. Here are your starting pitchers that are under contract for next year. Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, Nick Pivetta. And then if you want to talk about some of the guys that are arbitration eligible or not yet arbitration eligible, you're looking at guys like Randy Vasquez, J.P. Sears. You know, is that going to be your rotation? There is some uncertainty. You don't know what you're going to get out of Joe Musgrove coming off of an injury. You don't know what you're going to get out of 39-year-old Yu Darvish, who will be 40 next year, and you have him signed until he is 42 years old. I don't even think you have the certainty that he's not going to retire. We mentioned it. I want to say this. We mentioned it the day before, the day he pitched, Frank. Did we not mention this could be the last time you see Yu Darvish in a Padres uniform?
Yeah, I believe we both said it.
We both said it. People are like, you're nuts. It's crazy. What did they all start writing about after the fact that we said that? That might have been the last time you saw Yu Darvish in a Padres uniform.
Son of a gun.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Yeah. There's no way he's leaving that kind of money on the table. He's taking a pay cut the next 3 years. He goes from making $20 million this year to $16 next year. It goes down to $15 the next 2 years. He, in 2024, by going on the restricted list, already forfeited money. His restricted list affected his 2024 AAV. He wasn't making the contract. It affected his AAV for that season. I think he left like $3 to $5 million on the table for the amount of time he was gone. So for everybody that says like, oh, Yu Darvish is not going to yeah, he might. I mean, he's the type of guy that just like, I'm done. I'm out of here. That guy, I've made a ton of money. He made a lot of money in endorsements in Japan. Guy's got a son, like his oldest son is a senior right now in high school. He's got younger kids. I mean, like, what does he still need to pitch for? What does he need? I mean, he's got money. These guys are financially sound. he could potentially retire. And him walking away from whatever he's owed, right? He's owed 30, 46. He's owed $46 million. You still got him for 3 years left, getting paid $46 million. Let me just make sure I did that right. Doing math on the radio sucks. Yeah, $46 million. Yu Darvish can walk away from $46 million. I mean, if you look at like his career earnings, I mean, he was making that before. I mean, I could probably look up how much he's made total in his career. Yu Darvish has made 220. Now this is, whatever. Yu Darvish has made $223 million in his career. That's before taxes. That's just taking all of his contracts into effect. Career earnings, $223 million. What is $46 million to a guy like that? Seriously, I mean, think about it. $46 million to us? Yeah, that's a lot. I'm doing whatever it takes to keep that money. But when you have made $223 million in your career, what is $46 million? Seriously, what is that? Does his life change? Doesn't really change. I mean, just think about it from a financial standpoint, right? I mean, that's probably before taxes. I mean, he probably came out with like $90 million on his own. $90 million. You know how much money that is? I mean, in like the grand scheme of things, you know how much money that is? It's after taxes. He's probably going to... Him retiring is not crazy. That's not a crazy deal. The only thing you have certain is Nick Pivetta. He is the lone sure thing coming off of a breakout 2025 season as the team's most consistent and durable starter. Other than that, everything else is wide open. Hey, look, Frank, they just showed the game-tying home run.
Cool.
God, what a hard pitch that was to hit.
Wow.
Anyway, Nick Pivetta is the only for sure thing. And by the way, anybody notice that Nick Pivetta had a career year this year? Career year this year. Career year. He's penciled in to be the opening day starter for 2026. I think that's pretty fair to say. Dylan Cease and Michael King are both free agents, leaving two massive holes. It doesn't sound like either of them are coming back. King's mutual option is likely to be declined. Behind Pivetta, the rotation picture is full of uncertainty. Randy Vasquez showed flashes as a back-end starter, but isn't a lock. JP Sears struggled down the stretch. Farm system is thin at the upper levels after years of trades. Injuries that Joe Musgrove has mentioned before. Yu Darvish, lingering elbow issues at age 39, both question marks. And if Dylan Cease and Michael King depart, starting pitching is the Padres' #1 offseason priority, finding the next Nick Pivetta. That's going to be hard to find the next Nick Pivetta. You are taking a massive risk in the starting pitching market. Nick Pivetta signed the first day they showed up to spring training, which means you're not going to be in contention for some of these guys at the top. Let's go look back at 2025, just to put a comparison out there of what Nick Pivetta did going into the contract of where you were able to sign somebody like this. Nick Pivetta had a 2 WAR in 2024 as a starting pitcher. You go to free agents in 2026, according to Fangraphs WAR, guys in the 2s that are starting pitchers are guys like, Justin Verlander had a 2.2 WAR. Nick Martinez. Maybe they bring Nick Martinez back. He's 35 years old. Adrian Hauser, 2.3 WAR, starting pitcher from Toronto. Patrick Corbin, age 36. Kyle Hendricks. Oh, my God. Kyle Hendricks can't even throw at 90 miles an hour anymore. Zach Littell, the Reds. Mike Soroka. Zach Gallen. These are the pitchers that you're looking at, but I think Zach Gallen's probably get more than that. Those are some of the guys that might be in your price range. I mean, Merrill Kelly's 37 years old. He's a free agent. Ranger Suarez is going to be at the top of everybody's deal in terms of starting pitching. Framber Valdez is going to be at the top of everybody's bid based on starting pitching. And everybody always needs starting pitching. That's going to be a hard question to answer. Musgrove and Darvish are wild cards. Joe Musgrove hoped to pitch in relief during the postseason, but will now target a spring of 2026 return, considering winter ball to test his recovery. Darvish, again with the elbow inflammation all season, still managing it, hasn't committed to long-term plans despite being under contract through 2028. Padres can't bank on either to return to ace form. If they can deliver mid-rotation innings, that's a win. Their health and reliability will shape the rotation ceiling. They do have some openings here, right? Maybe they sign Dylan Cease. I doubt it. He's going to get a lot of money. I mean, my biggest priority would be Michael King, but it doesn't really sound like he might be coming back. Padres have a massive power problem, too. Offense failed because of lack of power. Just 152 home runs, third fewest in the NL. Only the Cardinals and Pirates hit fewer home runs than the Padres. Obviously unacceptable for a lineup that features guys like Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado and Jackson Merrill. The core returns with small tweaks possible. Laureano, Fermin, possibly Gavin Sheets at first base. Luis Arraez could return in free agency, but he's not the power threat they need. And the big philosophical question, could the Padres change their approach at the plate and better tap into their power potential? That's going to be the biggest question. I think they have guys that can hit for power. They got to be able to go out there and do it, though. And I don't know if it's a philosophical change or not, but they got to find ways to get Machado and Tatis and Merrill back to putting the ball over the fence. Padres also must add a true slugger to this offseason to balance their contact-heavy lineup. I think they got a good, solid overall hitters in the lineup, but they don't have a power bat. They haven't had a power bat in years. They have to be able to find a power-hitting first baseman or a power-hitting DH. I think that's another big priority for the Padres. The last question to be asked, bullpen outlook, and what is Mason Miller's role? We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about Mason Miller's role. What is it going to be? He's young. He's controllable. He's got electric stuff. Is it a starter? Is it the closer? We'll discuss Mason Miller when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, Standing Zone Sports Station 97 through the Fan. 11:18 on a Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right, Frank?
Today is very much so a Wednesday.
It's Wednesday for all day.
That's at least what I heard.
I remember as a kid, I'd ask that sometimes with my mom. Say Tuesday. All day. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Gotta get the little jabbing. This hour 97 through the fan is brought to you by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP value menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your Happy Plates. The $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. We're going to have Trey White on in the next segment as we talk some Aztec football. They got Nevada this weekend. San Diego State heads to Reno. You been to Reno, Frank?
I have not been to Reno.
What do they call Reno again?
It's
what's the city called?
No, I know there's a nickname. I watched the show on Comedy
Reno
Central all the time.
City.
Oh, hold on.
It's like the biggest little city or something.
Is
Biggest
little city
in the world. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
there
The
it is.
biggest
Yep.
little city in the world. Yeah. So you've never been to Reno?
I've never been to Reno. I've watched Reno 911 plenty, though.
I don't think that counts. I've been to Reno one time. I went there for a softball tournament when I was playing softball. They have this tournament called Boneyard, which is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they have games all day and night. So like the better you do, the better times you get. And if you suck, then you got to play at like 3 a.m. We didn't suck, so we didn't have to play at 3 a.m. Some of the co-ed like games were at like 2 or 3 a.m. Everybody stays at like that one gigantic casino they have there, the resort. I forget what it's called. They're building Nevada basketball is building an arena there.
Wow.
At this place, but that was basically it. Like we drove through town, like, oh, this is Reno. Great. Reno's there just to basically give people that go to Tahoe a place to gamble. We played in a town called Sparks, just north of Reno. Not a lot really going on in Reno, to be honest with you. But that's where the Aztecs will be coming up coming up this weekend.
And tomorrow morning at 10:30, we will get you a preview of that game with Nevada Sportsnet writer Chris Murray.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, let's talk about
going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an
Thursdays
easier
are
show to write.
jam-packed, bro.
Tomorrow is going to be an easier show to write for sure.
Thursdays are always jam-packed in the football season. We got Skyler, we got Eddie Brown, we got college football, NFL. I mean, we got lots to talk about. Friday shows are great too. Leading into the weekend, Monday, the Wednesday shows. Hey.
Yeah, I was on hour 2 of writing the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted you. I have a newfound hatred for the Chargers.
Makes it a lot easier if you could talk about the Chargers. That's a fact.
Does. I mean, I could care less about the Chargers. I thought how they left here was kind of bleepy.
It was bleepy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
But boy, did I find a newfound hatred for them last night. I'm like, this show would be so much easier if we could talk about a local NFL team, because we would do that all day long. But we don't have one anymore.
I'm going to ask that question.
you.
Let me ask that question. Like, how many people, I'd love to know. Because I've contemplated, like, talking about them, but not in, like, a positive thing. Like, not like, oh, we want them to win. Because I don't want them to win. They're just like another team now. But just, like,
just cover them.
Just to an extent. Like, I saw today on ESPN.com.
Let's throw a poll up there.
Yeah, throw a poll up there. I know. Well, the online people are just going to be like, I used to be like that. I'm not as much anymore. I just don't like them. But, like, you're going to get people that are like, don't you dare talk about the Chargers. So I was on ESPN.com this morning looking at some NFL stuff. And we're going to talk some NFL football later. But there was an article, 3 big questions facing the Chargers after losing 2 straight. And I always feel like, and I'd love to know from people.
That would be perfect to kill about 45 minutes on the show today. Yes, thank you.
I'd love to know, like, is it just like mentioning their name now that gets you still? I mean, at this point, it's just they're like another team to me. I dislike them. I don't want them to win. But like, could you cover them in a sense of like making fun of them every time they lose? I mean, is that too much? That's sour grapes? I find it interesting. Like, how do you, at this point in time, when did they leave? 2017?
I believe so, yeah.
And I'm in the favor of like, don't root for them. Like that's really defeating the purpose. Like rooting for them is just so it's idiotic to me to root for the Chargers if you're a San Diego person. San Diego through and through, I will never understand it. I've had multiple, it's still our Bolts, man. It's still our Bolts. It ain't our Bolts. They might be your Bolts. They ain't my Bolts anymore. Just like, I just don't see it, right? I don't see it. I don't understand the logic. I don't know how you can yell like beat LA and then root for an LA team that LA doesn't even care about. I just don't understand it. But the Charger thing is interesting to me because now at this point it's like,
yeah, we're effectively asking for permission right now.
No, because I don't want to cover them. I don't really want to. I mean, there might be a Chargers article or something, or Chargers talking point that might be interesting. But like, are we going to spend time on a Sunday reacting to just the Chargers game?
We got the poll up now. Would you be? The poll is up on the YouTube. If you
I'd love to know.
Give us a look on the YouTube page. The poll is: would you be okay with us covering the Chargers in a neutral or slightly mocking way?
I'd love to know what people think. Like, do you guys? Because everybody's just been like against it for so long. I grew up here in San Diego. Again, I've said it multiple times, fourth generation San Diego. I still have friends that like the Chargers. I like rubbing in their face when they lose. But like to me now, I don't really care what they do.
Like if we have a beat writer on from the team that the Chargers just so happen to be playing every single week.
I think that's much. I think that's too much.
Well, no, it's completely at random, but if it just so happens to be that it follows this Charger schedule at random, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah. I'd like to find ways to make fun of them every week. But if I covered them in a neutral, here's the problem with covering them in a neutral setting. Here's what's going to be the problem. You ready for this?
Well, there's also slightly mocking, so it's not like a...
Well, here's the deal. Like, if we did it in like a neutral way, all the Charger haters would be like, I can't believe you're talking about the Chargers. And then all the Chargers people could be all upset because in the neutral way, it's like, we're so much better than this. This is ridiculous.
You know what my response to that would be?
What?
Try writing a 4-hour radio show
I could
for
do
a
it.
Wednesday.
Come on. I just was curious about the deal.
I'm talking about the fan listening that would be screaming about us writing about the Chargers. Write a San Diego baseball-centric sports talk show for a Wednesday in the middle of November and make it entertaining. Go.
I just want to know what people think about the like about us, because I like to laugh at Charger. Where do you guys get your content anyway? Where do you get your content? LA could give a rat's ass about you guys. I know they're not talking about them on AM 570.
They couldn't care less about the Rams.
I know those are. I mean, you ever watch the Rams play the Niners?
We do have San Diego FC now, and we are trying to get a player for San Diego FC on next week before their final match.
Yes. Jacob. Yes, that's how fourth generation works.
And
my great grandmother was born here, buddy.
And we have the San Diego Gulls head coach coming on tomorrow, Johnny. We got all the bases covered already, man.
It's true. I like the Anaheim Ducks. That's a local team, and they're affiliated with the Gulls, which is even better. But I'd love to know the Charger conversation. I mean, how much about it? I mean, nobody likes them. Except for like a small group of people here in San Diego.
We got a decent amount of votes on this, and we're going to keep this
up. It's going
to
be like 50-50, dude.
We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this up for a while. So if you're listening in the car, pull over. First of all, go into the YouTube chat. Pull over in a safe manner. Don't just stop on the highway. Pull over in a safe manner, in a safe location. go on to the 97.3 The Fan YouTube page. Vote on this poll. If you're listening in a stationary place, if you're one of those kids who are listening to us right now in class, number 1, stop it. Number 2, vote on the poll.
Small group of Charger fans, dude. Just diehards. Still aren't Bolts, man. No, they're not. They told you, they gave you the finger, and you still like them. It's crazy to me.
I think we should probably go to break.
We got to go,
because I think we're getting
when we come back,
here.
Trey White will join us. We'll talk about the Charger thing later. Braden Surprenant Show. $11:30 on the Braden Surprenant Show on a Wednesday, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. All guests on 97.3 The Fan join us via the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I'm pleased to welcome back on the Braden Surprenant Show, edge rusher for the San Diego State Aztecs, a member of a 4-1 Aztec club. A lot of local products on this team. Off to a nice start to the season. His name is Trey White. He joins me on the Braden Surprenant Show. Trey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Brady? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It's been fun watching you play here at San Diego State the last couple of weeks. Obviously, you know, a tough one at Washington State, but the way you guys were able to use the bye week, bounce back, and really go on a 3-game run, that speaks a lot about what you guys have as a team. I know you guys got a lot of local guys too, but what about that Washington State game helped you during the bye week and to propel yourself the last couple of weeks?
I think that we really needed that game to really fuel a fire. I think we kind of came into that game thinking they were just going to lay down for us because of the game that we saw, and we obviously were mistaken by that. So I feel like that game really set up the rest of the season for us. Like we know we got to come out with our A game and not our B game every single week, and we know winning's not going to be easy. So we just got to continue that path and just go into this bye week feeling good.
Let's talk about the game against Cal. What was practice like leading up to that game? I mean, obviously, coming off the first loss of the year, going against the team that was scoring a lot of points at will. A lot of people thought Cal was going to run the table there with the way that they looked, and you guys, did really well and really dominated that game. What was that week? What was that like? And that seemed to me like a transition time for Aztec football as a program.
Yeah, we knew it was never about them. It was always about us. So that bye week, we just focused on us, our fundamentals, really back to the basics, and just it wasn't an off week by any means. It was actually a harder week than a normal bye week you would think would be. So we really just focused on ourselves, and we came into that game knowing that what we had was enough to beat them. And after that game, we realized what type of team that we had if we played our best. So that's just been the standard ever since then, to play like that. And we know we can obviously get better. But we just set that standard that game for the rest of the season.
We're talking with edge rusher Trey White of the San Diego State Aztecs. They're 4-1 here to start off the season. And I was at that Cal game. I mean, I think, some people as a part of San Diego State football where you guys don't have control, but they're doing a lot to try to get people into the stands. You guys are playing well to get people there. Really thought the energy in that Cal game and the game against Colorado State was slowly starting to build. Have you felt that as a local kid watching the, really San Diego get behind you guys a little bit here?
Oh yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, we just got to win. And then if we win, the fans will come. And I'm sure more and more fans will come each and every week after they see our performance. And I just hope they know how much their support means to us. And when they're all at our games every single week, they bring a whole nother fire to our play. And they really, they're all behind us, and it feels really good. So, shout out to our fans.
There's a couple of things that your head coach, Sean Lewis, said yesterday when it came to, Aztec football in his usual press conference. One of them was about the local talent, Trey. And, you're one of those players. You're one of those players that started at San Diego State, had an opportunity to leave, decided to stay. But there's a lot of other local guys that went and then came back because of the opportunities that San Diego State gives you and how great it is for you guys to play in front of your friends and family. That's obviously big for you individually, but as a local player and all the other local players on this team, what's it like playing at San Diego State, and how nice is it to be able to play in front of your parents, making it easier for them, your friends, and everybody that you love being able to support you like that?
Yeah, it's the best, having that support right behind you in your own city. And all the guys that I've talked to, that I've known, are from San Diego, that have came back. This is the best decision they've made, just because it's home and they're being able to ball out in front of their family and friends. And, it's just the best. You can't go wrong with playing in your hometown, playing for your city, and having all those people behind you supporting you. So it's just the best. There's no other feeling like it.
We're talking with edge rusher Trey White of the 4-1 San Diego State Aztecs. You're getting ready for a game against Reno coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But, defensively, you guys have been lights out. I mean, a couple of young products. I mean, I coached high school football at Cathedral for the last 8 or 9 years. Got to watch you play at Eastlake. Obviously, Tano Latuli's been one of my guys the last, a couple of years ago. But you guys had a lot of guys coming back from last year, and defenses look sharp in every single game. What has been what has been about your game defensively that you guys as a unit pride yourself on the most?
Yeah, we just got that high standard in our defense. 3 points is too much in our defense. We got a super high standard. It's just the fact that we returned our whole defense, plus we got depth from the transfer portal and also newcomers like freshmen and stuff like that. So we've really been relaying that message of the standards to them too, and everybody's buying in. And, we just got that swagger and that dog in our defense that, nothing's ever good enough with this defense. We always got to stand 10 toes down, no matter what our offense is doing, no matter what our special teams is doing. That shouldn't have an effect on our game. We always got to play lights out no matter what. And then, if they don't score any points, they can't win. So that's really our motto.
I'm sure at this point in the season, you don't get to do a lot of, first team overs, first team D. I mean, maybe you mix it in a little bit. But when you look at the offense and you get to watch the offense play, while you guys are not on the field, talk about this running back core you guys have. I mean, Lucky Sutton and Byron Cardwell and Christian Washington. I mean, these are 3 legit running backs that all came from 3 really good schools here in San Diego, and kind of turned into a little bit of a 3-headed monster back there. What's it like going against them when you had to, either in camp or throughout the weeks when you actually guys do team, first team D versus first team O? Yeah, man, there's no other backfield like them. They're all really tough runners, and they all just got different skill sets. In fall camp, Lucky was bringing that heavy running and just lowering his head. And then you got Christian Washington with a little bit of shiftiness and elusiveness to his game. So it's just a bunch of curveballs. You got Byron adding a little bit of sauce to the game too. So it's just,
you have to watch out for a lot of things with this backfield. Like you can't sleep on those guys at all, and they're all like really sneaky fast as well. So I feel like we have the best backfield in the Mountain West.
Got some challenges coming up in the next couple of weeks. The next one's Reno. So let's talk about Nevada Reno. Defensively, Trey, what are some of the things that Nevada Reno does on offense that might pose a little bit of a challenge for you guys this weekend?
Yeah, so we watched their most recent game against the team up north, and they found a new spark in their freshman quarterback. So we really just gotta hone in on our details, and they have 3 quarterbacks that can play, and they're all pretty mobile threats. And I think a thing that we did a poor job of last game was containing the quarterback. So we got to do that this week, and really just play our brand of football. Our brand of football can beat anybody. So as long as we do that and everyone does their job, then we can't be stopped.
We're talking with Trey White, edge rusher of the San Diego State Aztecs, captain of the team as well. He is, getting ready for the game against Nevada Reno. I wanted to ask you this question, Trey. I mean, I coach high school football kids, and I always get asked from them, like, how do you watch film? How do you watch film as a player? For me as a coach, it's a lot different than as a player. How have you developed, from high school through college, on how to watch film to make yourself ready for a Saturday? How does Trey White get ready for a college football game on Saturday with film study?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in college, to be honest, I would watch film, but I would just watch the game just to watch it, like their plays and stuff. So I wasn't really like too in tune with what to really watch for. But obviously in college, you learn a lot about what to watch for in film. So for me, throughout the week, I'll just start by just straight up watching the game, or I'll watch their games when they play on Saturdays if we have an earlier game. So I'll watch those games. And then throughout the week, I'll start breaking down more of their tendencies, like from the O-line. I really pay attention more to the O-line, running backs, and tight ends, because that's going to be a huge tell in like what type of run game that we're going to get. So I usually look at that earlier in the week. And then once it gets towards later in the week, I'll start looking at the pass sets from the O-line and seeing what moves would win on them. And really just kind of developing a pass rush plan against those guys to try to get to the quarterback on third downs. But you can't rush the passer until you stop the run. So I feel like looking at the run plays, like the top run plays at first, and kind of studying those hard is the best way to go to start off. Then you can get into the third downs and what your job is, seeing what the quarterback is. Is he a scrambler? Is he just a sit in the pocket type of guy? How deep is his drop? So there's a lot of little tendencies and things that you can look for on film that can help you throughout game day.
What's more difficult to go against in the college? I mean, the college is a little bit different because guys do like to run a little bit, but pocket passers that are hard to bring down, or mobile guys that run all over the place?
Well, I like pocket passers better. I feel like I'm pretty good at tackling, so whenever I get the opportunity to go against guys that aren't as mobile, I'll take that opportunity. But obviously, I'm not running from anything. If we go against a mobile guy, we go against a mobile guy. That Colorado State quarterback was running a good amount against us, and I brought him down a couple times. So, I'm not really worried about that. As long as I do my job and make the plays that come to me, that's all that matters.
I'm sure you guys are focused one game at a time, off to a 4-1 start. Schedule's playing out where, you guys could potentially have a chance to make a little run at this thing, and last year, obviously not the results you wanted, outside noise saying you guys can't do it. You guys are putting together and saying a lot of, proving a lot of the haters wrong about Aztec football. I was able to talk to some of your players during the offseason. They said this team is a little bit more special than what we're being picked to do. You're starting to see some of the results go so far, but for you guys, what's the mindset? You got 7 games left. You see a potential Mountain West championship goal in front of you. How do you guys stay with it week by week for the next 7 weeks?
Yeah, it's really just like you said, week by week. We can't move on to the next opponent. And our team already knew what type of team we had. Our goal was never to win just 6 games or be better than last year. Our goal was to win the Mountain West championship. So it's really not proving other people wrong. It's proving ourselves right. And we've been saying this throughout all fall camp, all winter, throughout all of our workouts. Like, this team is special. There's just something different about this team. Like, everybody's bought in and everybody has that hunger. And, I was just laughing at media day because they said we're only going to win like 4 or 4.5 games or whatever. And we're already at that win total, and it's not even halfway through the season. So I guess we're kind of already proving ourselves right. We just got to stay consistent and just keep doing us, keep being us, and we'll be fine.
Well, keep it going, Trey. You're putting together some good numbers individually. Your team's playing at a high level, and blow through that whatever win total they gave you, and show what Aztec football is all about. A lot of San Diego kids on the team. You guys are doing a great job representing the city. Appreciate the time, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Trey White joining us on the Braden Surprenant Show. He joins us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Good to talk with Trey White. Excited for Saturday.
Absolutely.
Excited for Saturday. All right. Do we want to get some of these? We have incited a riot in the chat between San Diegans and Charger fans. I knew that was going to happen. 58% of people said no, don't cover the Chargers at all.
There's still more people that's got to vote. Don't sway the vote yet.
I mean, I'm biased. I know what we're going to do on this show, but I'd like to know. I wanted to know people's opinions on this. I wanted to know if it changed at all.
Give you the illusion of a democracy here?
I'm curious. I mean, I'm curious if covering the Chargers changes at all. And I'm not saying we're diving, not like we used to when they were here.
Yeah, no.
But if there was a topic just on the Chargers, once a week, would people tune into that?
The passing article of the week kind of thing, not like a daily breakdown of the game coming up.
I mean, I dislike them for what they did. I have no alliances to anybody but we talked about it, the alliances. Schools I went to, schools my family went to, city I was born in. I have no allegiance to a lightning bolt logo. That said, we don't like you. I don't want you to root for me anymore. I let them know, you know what? I listened. I was like, you know what? That's fair. I don't want my ex's new boyfriend to be better than me. I don't want to deal with that. Some people very passionate about their Bolts. Good for them. It's going to end badly. It's going to end badly. What's that term with pets? Pets. It's going to end badly.
Yeah, you're purchasing a personal tragedy is what you're doing.
That is what you're doing when you support the Chargers. It's like owning a pet. It's going to end badly. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll get to the sports thread in just a little bit. Ron in La Mesa. You're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Ron?
Braden, get ready for the Purple Bowl, baby. And
Love it.
I'm not all that excited about it because I have no idea what our team's going to do.
What K-State team's going to show up, Ron? Are you going to get the one that, gave Baylor a run for their money in Waco, or the one that lost the Army at home?
Well, somewhere in the middle would be nice. I mean, we moved the ball great against Baylor. I never would have thought that we'd lost on a blocked field goal. I can't even remember the last time that we lost or that we had a field goal loss. So that just blocked. So that just tells you where we're at this year. So, the last time you guys were in Manhattan, I was at that game, and I'm not being rude, just destroyed
We sucked.
you.
We sucked there, Ron. That's not a great place for us.
No, I was gonna bring that up, but good luck. I always like to get my shots in, Braden. And hey, one real quick thing on the Chargers here. I've been a Kansas City Chief fan my whole life. Grew up in Kansas, so it was normal. And when I came out here, I rooted for the Chargers every time they didn't play the Chiefs. So with that said, if the Chargers would have been smart, which they're not, they moved up there and made their team the Southern California Chargers. And that would have made me happy because at least that included our area. But no, they had to go with LA, who, like you said, nobody likes them. And unfortunately, my poor son is the only team he ever rooted for. So we definitely have a lot of consternation when they're playing.
Yeah, twice a year, Ron. I appreciate the phone call, man. Good luck to your Wildcats this weekend.
All right, you too, Braden. Take care, Frank.
It's interesting, the Chargers thing. I mean, people get super passionate about it. Haters, Travis says. I mean, hey, it's going to end badly, dude. And I'll say this. Y'all didn't go to the games. Richard, shut up, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. I remember going to Charger games. Place was packed with Charger fans all the time. All the time. And then they said they were going to leave. And you know what San Diego did? They said, kick rocks. Why am I giving money to a place that doesn't want to be here? Fully on board of the fans of San Diego.
I went to one Charger game. It was against the Giants.
That didn't work out for you then.
No, it did not.
Because the Chargers owned Eli Manning's ass.
Yes, they did. It was packed.
Packed.
We parked in one of the parking garages nearby. I took a nap for an hour after we left, and we were still in the same spot we were in.
Packed. Every Charger game I went to was packed. When the Chargers were winning, packed. When the Chargers said they were leaving, empty. Wonder why? What would happen? Oh, that's interesting. You didn't support them. Yeah, we did. Enough. I will not take the slander. San Diegans support their teams. All the team has to do is try to win and show effort in winning, and San Diego fans will show up. It was packed all the time. I'm not going to argue with a child, like back and forth. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. I was there. I went to games all the time. Season ticket holder. It was packed all the time. Don't look at the last 2 years where like nobody went to games. Yeah, nobody went to games the last 2 years because they were lousy and they said they were leaving. It was packed. I went to multiple Charger games, packed. I was at the game where the Chargers were playing the Ravens and Ray Lewis shot the gap on 4th down and tackled Darren Sproles in the backfield. That place was packed, and it was mostly Charger fans. I know, because we all walked up the damn hill over here in Sarah Mesa to our parking lot, which was the neighborhood. That's a tough walk. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a tough walk where the Chargers lost. The place was packed. To say that the Chargers never got sellouts of Charger fans is the most blatant BS statement I've ever seen. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Guy goes, I've been here my whole life. You guys are lying. They never had that. Give me a break, dude. I know what I saw. I'm not going to get gaslit here. Dexter in Spring Valley, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Dexter?
Well, for people who say that the Bolts or the Chargers are still San Diego's team, they're not, because the last of the original San Diego Chargers retired or got cut recently. So that's a crock.
The only guy left, Dexter, is Keenan Allen, and he didn't even like San Diego.
Right. And then the other thing is, I think most of these fans are suffering from Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Because it's like, honestly, as long as, okay, if the Chargers would have moved to any other city except LA, they could have been to Portland. They could have been to San Antonio. They could have been, wherever. I would have been okay. I would have been like, okay, yeah, I'll be a casual Chargers fan. But they moved to LA. They basically followed the Clippers and went to LA. And there are two former San Diego teams in LA that nobody gives a rat's you-know-what about. And, that town in LA, it's Lakers. And if the Raiders were there, Raiders. That's it. They own the town. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as the Spanos own that team, they're dead to me. And speaking of the Clippers really quick, the Clippers never really drew here in San Diego after like the first couple of years. So, once they changed their colors to like the red, white, and blue, when Donald Sterling bought the team, the sports arena was a ghost town. So, them leaving was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I thought they already left. That was kind of the attitude of the town here. So, but yeah, thanks for letting me throw in my 2 cents, and, let's hope that, they continue their downward spiral, because that'll force Spanos to sell the team.
That's right. Dexter, appreciate the phone call. Games were packed. Town was a Charger town. I mean, you couldn't even go anywhere without seeing Charger stuff all over the place. Don't say Charger fans didn't go to games, dude. That's a joke. Kevin at Chula Vista, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. Kevin, apparently the Chargers never had Charger fans out here going to games. I can't believe that.
Good Lord. I guess memory loss is a serious problem here. I bring you back to the night they came home from the Pittsburgh Conference Championship.
That's right.
And the stadium filled up. It swelled. There had to have been at least 70 to 75,000 people packed into the Murph. There were people, Braden, that were actually standing up into where the light standards are up there. That's how packed it was. So the zenith of this team, when it was going in the right direction, had huge support, and support that they'll never see from Los Angeles. And to correct the last caller about the Clippers went downhill as soon as Donald Sterling bought the team, and he made it known that he did not desire to be here in San Diego. And then we knew it was just a matter of time before he was going to ship it to L.A. So let's be a little bit more accurate about that, just for the record. The last thing I want to point out, Charger fan keeps talking about, well, I don't support Spanos, but I support the Chargers. You can't have it both ways, folks. You support the Chargers in any way, shape, or form. It's measured. Whether you buy a ticket, whether you buy a jersey, whether you watch it on TV, however you support them, it's measured. And that's why they claim San Diego as their territory still. Last but not least, my anger goes to Channel 8 and Fox 5 because they keep shoving Los Angeles down our throat every weekend. And I don't care about the Rams. Never have, never will. Don't care about the Chargers. Now that they've left, never have, never will. We ought to be able to see games that are more pertinent and more relevant than what they offer us. That's the worst part of this, is that the only thing that holds the Chargers up is the fact that those games are shoved down our throat on the television.
100%. We're getting to a break here, Kevin, so we gotta cut you off there, but appreciate the phone call.
I think he was done, honestly.
I think he was too. He dropped his mic. I mean, you could talk about blackouts all you want. The Chargers had a 48-game sellout streak before that first whatever. So, say what you want. I remember going, I just always packed. Always packed. I forget, like, see, guys, because I watch Red Zone, I forget that you only get a certain amount of games. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Aztecs getting ready for Nevada Arena. We'll take your phone calls, too. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Braden Surprenant Show. New lunchtime hour. Where's the tacos at?
Fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
Noon lunchtime hour on 97.3 The Fan. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. I have incited such a riot in the chat that our boss had to talk to me in the hallway. And I had to talk him off the ledge. I was like, I've got it under control.
Break glass in case of
I
emergency.
have it all under control. I know what I'm doing, especially with the Charger stuff. It's fun. Some people like to see the world burn. Apparently that's me when it comes to Chargers talk in San Diego. It's great. Just a little incite. And it's the day. I was waiting for this phone call. I knew he was going to call in. I knew he couldn't resist. Anytime I mention the name Chargers, I know my guy Richard's going to call in. Richard in San Diego, the only resident Chargers fan that I have the utmost respect for. I respect this man. I love when he calls in. He is the only, at this point, Charger supporter on my list. I'm like, you know what? If the Chargers do well, I know my guy Richard is happy. Richard, long time no talk, man. What's going on?
What's going on, Braden? First off, you know you my guy. You know you my guy. I wish you nothing but the most success. With that said, man, you out here lying.
No, I'm not.
You out here lying.
Short-term
You out
memory,
here lying.
Richard. Short-term memory. You're thinking about the last 2 years.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so check this. I've been a Charger fan my entire life. I'm 44 years old. I'm talking since Chula Vista High School, where Donnie Edwards graduated. Donnie Edwards, most underrated linebacker in the history of the game.
Charger legend. Legend.
Charger legend. See, so you know where I'm at. As far as let's go with the fan support to start off. I've been to countless guys. You may have been to games, and yes, there are games where we have packed it out, especially because everyone hated Eli, so it was like a thing to go to those Giants games. So yeah, you're gonna see more Charger games, more Charger fans than anybody else. I'm talking prior to the move, prior to the talk of the move. No. You go to an Oakland Raiders game here, it's all Oakland Raiders. You go to a Steelers game, nothing but terrible towels. You go to a Dallas Cowboys game, so on and so forth.
Hey, hold on. Those teams take over everybody's stadium. That's not just a Chargers thing.
You go to
you
a
gotta
Browns
be fair.
game,
Oh no,
get out!
No, stop it. I'm cut. No, not the Browns. I went to a Browns game against the Chargers. There are no Browns fans there. I will give you the Raiders. When you were bringing this up, I heard you talking to Frank. I was like, he's going to bring up the Raiders. I mean, yeah, the Raiders for a long time, but when the Raiders sucked and LT was kicking their ass year in and year out, they started to stop showing up a little bit, Richard. You got to agree with that.
I do not agree with that. One. Two, I'm glad you brought up the Raiders because you said when we were winning, we would pack it out, correct?
Yeah.
Is that a fan or is that a fair weather fan?
Hey, because man, you got to try to win.
Hey, the Raiders can go 0-152 and play on Mars. They will not lose a single fan.
Have you seen their stadium right now? Have you seen their stadium right now? Richard,
man,
come on, dude. They got
California.
They ain't going to games. I've talked to Raider fans in California.
And they're not like, I'm no longer a Raiders fan because they now play in LA. They hate Al Davis just as much as we hate Dean Spanos. Never affected their fandom. That's that.
Yeah, their play has affected their fandom. Their play has affected their fandom.
That's true. That is true.
They're out on that.
As far as television is concerned.
What?
We know that the Chargers get the most ratings in television from right here in San Diego. Now, the excuse of, oh, well, that's all they're showing. No one's forcing you to watch it. The other excuse of, oh, we're hate watching. Again, a lame excuse. There's a reason why their ratings come from here, because a lot of people here still watch them, which brings me to the other note of the small group. There's no small group. Maybe the listeners to this particular station all hate the Chargers. I give you that. But as far as like, I'm out doing footwork. I'm literally working right now outside. You know how many Charger jerseys I pass by? Like, it's crazy. And I ask, I go, hey, so a Chargers fan, huh? They go, yeah, bolt up. And I'm like, I hear that we don't exist anymore. That's all I hear.
Hey,
me and all my friends, we're still Charger fans.
They're in hiding until they start winning. And then all of a sudden they start, oh, you know what? I kind of like the Chargers. Richard, I've given you enough time, man. I appreciate the phone call.
Man.
I appreciate the phone call. Continue working your ass off.
Keep winning.
Absolutely. Good talking to you, Richard. We'll talk to you next time.
My man.
We could have a fun debate there. I disagree with some of the stuff. Guy's passionate for his team. Good for him.
That was great to listen to.
That's so funny.
Loved it.
I love when Richard
That was
calls
fantastic.
in. It's the only time I like Chargers talk is from him. You know what? Our weekly Charger bit should be like Richard complaining about the Chargers. Because I'd say like him celebrating about the Chargers, but like, you know what? What happened? I was going to ask him too. What happened to the 3-0 start, man? What's going on? Lost to the Giants? Jackson Dart? Really? Commanders kicked your ass? Come on. He was right on a couple of the Raider games were kind of like that. The Bronco games to an extent. Broncos fans are the worst, dude. You want to know why Broncos fans are the worst? They disappear until they're in first place. All of a sudden, everybody's a Broncos fan. Like, oh, okay. I don't remember you. What? Like, get to work one day. Adam's wearing a Broncos shirt. What did you get that from? It's just like the most random people. You're like, you're a Broncos fan? What the? Out of all the teams that are still, like, I don't like the Chiefs just because, you know, they were winning.
Wait until they find out that the Avs beat the Kings last night 4-1.
That's right. You know what I don't? I since the Chargers have left, I actually like the Raiders. I laugh at how funny the Raiders are. I like Max Crosby. I think that dude's a dog. I like how funny they are because they can't win. And so when they upset the Chargers or something like that, it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, the Chiefs, they bother me just because they're good now. You know who I still hate? The Broncos. I will always hate the Broncos. I will always hate the Broncos. Always. Always hate the Broncos. And their fans. Abe's still sleeping somewhere, Nate. I don't know where Abe's at. Our resident Broncos fan we haven't heard from in a while. And a couple more wins for the Broncos, Abe will probably pop in the chat. Look how great our defense is. All right. Sweet. Beat the Eagles. I'm surprised Abe hasn't showed up in the chat yet. His beloved Broncos. All right. Let's refocus. What's going on in the sports world? Frank, let's get to the sports thread.
You know that group chat? The one that's always blowing up with the biggest sports takes, debates, and breaking news?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
Yeah, we've got that too. Welcome to the Sports Thread, where we break down the top 5 stories in sports, just like you would with your crew.
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
No filters, no silence, just real talk. Brought to you by QC Kinetics. Stop sitting on the sidelines. QC Kinetics gets you back in the game without surgery. To learn how, visit QCkinetics.com.
All right, Frank, what do we got going on today?
Boy, that transition sounds great, doesn't it?
Great job.
We've been talking about, no, it wasn't in a good way. We've been talking a lot about the Chargers. We just started talking about the Broncos.
Number 1.
I hate the Broncos.
And then there's...
You know what? You know what you have to add now to a drop? You got to add Homer Simpson winning an NFL team and then being upset it's the Denver Broncos. Oh, the Denver Broncos! All right, continue.
We've been talking about the Chargers. We're talking about the Broncos. Then there's the Jets.
And there's the Jets. There it is.
The New York Jets on Tuesday alleged that a former vice president of the team who sued the franchise last week was part of an unlawful conspiracy to falsely accuse the team president of sexual harassment to destroy his reputation and career. Elaine Chen, the team's former vice president of finance, alleged in a lawsuit filed Friday that the team fired her because she is married to Larry Fitzpatrick, a former VP of ticket sales and service for the team. Her alleged lawsuit that Fitzpatrick was fired during the franchise's investigation into anonymous emails accusing team president Jaime of sending inappropriate text messages to various women on staff and other misconduct. She alleged that she was later terminated in a case of marital discrimination. This is
hang on a second.
Oh boy.
Hang on a second. So, let me get this right.
She is alleging that she was fired.
Okay.
Because she was married to
the
former VP of ticket sales.
And so he got.
And now apparently she is conspiring to get the president of the team in trouble.
Okay, so she was. So what happened to the former VP of ticket sales? Was he let go?
He was fired. He was fired during the franchise investigation into an anonymous email accusing the team president of sending inappropriate text messages.
All right, so the ticket guy said what was it? The owner? The ticket guy,
the VP of tickets,
yes, was accusing
was fired during a Jet investigation into the president sending illicit text messages to women.
So the ticket guy anonymously accused the team president of sending explicit text messages,
allegedly.
And then the team fired ticket guy.
Yes, team fired ticket guy.
So ticket guy leaves.
Yes.
Ticket guy's wife still works for the team.
Yes.
And then she gets fired.
Because
what did the Jets say she did?
In response, the Jets accused the couple of being part of a conspiracy to fabricate the anonymous email of deleting evidence and misleading investigators, among other things.
Okay, so they fired her because they think that they were conspiring against the president somehow. And she's now filing a lawsuit saying that she got fired because her husband got fired because they accused the president of allegedly sending explicit text messages to female employees.
Yes.
What a circus. That is the definition of he said, she said.
And then there's the Jets.
And it's the Jets. Yeah. I don't really know what to I mean, it's a circus. I don't know what to say.
That's the Jets, though.
I mean, it's such a.
That is the Jets.
There's going to be a quiz at 2:00.
Nutshell.
Go Aztecs on the Gwynn and Chris show about what happened in there. I feel like the dude from It's Always Sunny, like trying to pin the thing together.
Yeah, exactly.
But all I know is this probably involves a lot of people you wonder why this team's 0-5.
Yeah.
Just a circus from the top down.
It's not because of the way. It's not just because of the way they play on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
All right, moving on.
Sticking with the New York Jetropolitans.
We got more Jet stories.
We do, but this one just so happens to involve the Jets.
You know what, Charger fans? I guess it could be worse. You could be the Jets.
Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones has been fined $250,000 by the NFL for his inadvertent flipping off of Jet fans at MetLife Stadium over the weekend.
You know what? Good for Jera. I don't mind Jera doing that. That's kind of funny. Now I'm picturing Jerry Jones rubbing it in Jets fans' face. Ha ha! Gotcha!
Videos on social media showed Jones quickly flashing the middle finger late in the Cowboys' 37-22 victory after Dak Prescott's fourth touchdown pass increased the lead to 37-14. Jones said in a statement that it was unfortunate that kind of exchange with our fans out in front. That was an exchange with our fans out in front of us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There was a swarm of Cowboy fans out in front, not Jet fans. Cowboy fans. The entire stadium was brimming with enthusiasm for the Cowboys. He also said it was meant to be a thumbs up. How do you confuse?
No, stop it. Stop. That's a foul on Jerry. You want to know why it's a foul on Jerry? I was on his side. He should have been like, yeah, went in there, beat their ass. Dak Prescott is the MVP. Suck it, Jets. I mean, that's what he should have done. That's what he should have done. He should have just doubled down on it. Yeah, you know what? It's the Jets. How about them Cowboys? That's what he should have said. That should have been the deal.
Have you not seen the video?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I got to send you the video.
That is hilarious, dude. That is so hilarious. Just embrace the fun. What, are they going to fine you again? You're Jerry Jones. You basically run the league. Write him the check. As Claim the South Bay said, ask Trey money. Own it. Just be like, yeah, they were talking to S. And you know what? Bang. How about them Cowboys? That's what he should have said in a statement.
To any other,
come on, Jerry.
To any other owner, you now know it costs you $250,000 to flip off the opposing team's fans.
Good for Jerry. You know what? Jerry's gone through some S. Okay, we give Jerry a lot of heat all the time. Let Jerry beat up on the worst team ever in the Tennessee Titans. Wait, no, it's the worst. Then there's the Jets.
Number 3.
Getting off of the Jets now.
Give me the meme. Give me the meme. How many days since Jerry Jones flipped off your fan base? The two guys looking at each other. Give it to me.
Getting off of the Jets now.
All right.
Amidst yes.
The Jetropolitan sponsored sports thread would actually feed families. It would be great.
Amid a 2-3 start to Bill Belichick's tenure at North Carolina.
Yeah, this is a circus too. Do you want to talk about a circus?
The team has scrapped plans for its documentary chronicling this season with Hulu, according to a report from Inside Carolina. The series, which was set to follow UNC for the entire season, was actually UNC's second crack at a documentary of Belichick's inaugural college campaign, but an earlier project with HBO's Hard Knocks was scrapped over the summer. I wonder why UNC pulled the plug on this one.
Well, did you get the other stuff from Pro Football Talk today? Right at the right time. Adam sent it to us right now. It's great.
Great.
Bill Belichick, coach for the Patriots for 24 seasons. He may not finish one at the college level.
Let's go.
As highlighted by Adam on our thing. It sounds as if there's a non-zero chance he doesn't finish the current week. Andrew Jones, not the baseball player, but the reporter for 247sports.com, an outlet owned by CBS Sports, reports that, quote, potential exit strategy discussions occurred this morning at North Carolina. And while it doesn't mean Belichick will be fired, quote, preliminary conversations about the possibility have occurred. The goal reportedly would be to eliminate or minimize Belichick's buyout. The fast-rolling snowball seems to be related to accounts of potential rules violations. This week, reports emerged that an assistant coach was suspended for providing extra benefits to player families and that players were selling tickets. The tickets that they were given. Families were selling them. Which you can't do. The free tickets that all the players get for going to games. You're like, oh, you got any tickets? You got any tickets? They were selling them. Andrew Jones reporting for 247sports.com, citing an unnamed source that, quote, there are many other violations that have occurred, many on the recruiting front. Remember, North Carolina is the NFL's 33rd team. Don't forget that. San Francisco Giants won the trade deadline. Don't you forget that either. And Jones adds this at the end as his, quote, opinion on the matter. Quote, I don't think it's a lock that Belichick coaches the Cal game.
Oh, my
The Cal game will be played in Berkeley in only 9 days. If something is going to be happening before 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday night kickoff on October 17th, it would need to happen fairly quickly. See what happens when you open the season with TCU? They just end your season from the get-go. Josh Hoover ended that S before it even started.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. You know what? I'm the king of make it about me.
No kidding, huh?
M-I-A-M, make it about me. You know what? If he opened up with Baylor or something like that, he'd probably still have a job. He opened up with TCU. See ya. His biggest problem, he's not even coaching, dude. He's just living this life with his 20. How old's that girl? 23? 23, 24?
He's finding out that it's a lot easier to date 23-year-olds than coach them.
I mean, like 23. She is closer in age to the players I coach than she's closer in age to me. I'm 30. He's what? 70-something?
I mean, some would say respect the game, I guess.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, dog. Bill Belichick.
I think I saw it in the chat. Somebody said, can we put to rest who won the Super Bowls in New England? It was Tom Brady. Brady won those Super Bowls. It wasn't Belichick. I think we can firmly put that to bed now.
I don't think so. I think that was a perfect match. I think it's the same thing with Kansas City with Mahomes and Andy Reid. I think sometimes you get a perfect match, and that's one of them. You know, it's not a perfect match. Brock Purdy in San Francisco. Ayo. Mac Jones getting the job done. When we come back, great job on the sports thread. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Aztecs going to Reno. There's a new transfer portal window. Bill Belichick probably doesn't have to worry about that anymore. And then we also got some latest news in the NFL in the 1 o'clock hour. We'll get your phone calls as well. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant, Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Summer Sports Station 97.3 The Fan. All guests on Night of the Fan join us via the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I really incited a riot in the YouTube chat today. Foul on me. I hand up. Count up. I knew where that was going. I knew where that was going.
He draws the foul.
That's on me. I mean, people are talking about it. Somebody jumped in. He's like, what does this poll even mean? Would you be okay with us covering the Chargers in a neutral or slightly mocking way? You were going to get a lot of passionate opinion answers out of that, Frank. Adam was even concerned. I called in the principal's office in the middle of the show. What are you doing? I know what I'm doing. I have it under control. At least I thought. So we'll see what the carnage is like when we get to the next hour. Good that you're accepting accountability. You know, the first step, Go Aztecs, is acceptance. I've accepted the role that I have played in this matter.
I just want to say, we have 101 votes on this poll.
It's neck and neck, baby. Neck and neck. I knew exactly that was going to be the case.
It is a
I knew it.
legitimate 50-50.
I knew it. City is torn. City is torn. I knew the answer about it. Look, Adam still thinks we're going on. He doesn't. He's not.
I don't know, Adam.
Our bit is so good. Our bit is so good. Adam is freaking out.
This is a democracy, man. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of winning the poll. Adam, you better start voting no. You better start creating accounts and voting no. I'm just telling you. Whatever the poll, I don't make the rules. Whatever the poll says. No.
By the way,
I was curious about the opinions of people in town, and it hasn't really changed. It's been back and forth. I knew that was going to be the case. I was curious if it was like enough. Like if this was more of me asking the fans of San Diego, like, what is your talk on this? Like, I don't really care. I don't care. I don't follow them, so I don't care. I don't watch their games either. I'm not part of the group that Richard talked about, is like with the ratings, and I mean, we all know the errors in ratings and everything like that. But for me, like, I watch Red Zone on Sundays. So unless they jump on Red Zone, I ain't watching them. And I'm watching basically only when they pop up and for fantasy. And some alternate universe, I'm stoked about the amount of TCU guys that the Chargers have. But right now, I'm not. It's just not great. We got hockey tonight, Frank.
Yeah, night number 2 of the NHL.
Night number 2 of the NHL. Not my week to watch them. Tell me how they go.
Will do. Speaking of,
somebody said the Ducks don't play tonight. They play tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, no, the
Augie. That's tomorrow, buddy. That's tomorrow.
We got a lot of hockey coming up tomorrow. Wait, hold on.
I don't want to get into that.
Oh no, that was a.
We have 4 games of hockey tonight, and tomorrow I think everybody else is in.
Yeah,
play.
the Kings play again tonight. They're in Vegas after losing to Colorado at home last night. And then Islanders kick off their season against the Pens tomorrow night. That'll be fun. And then the Quackers are up in Seattle taking on the Kraken.
That's right. We're waiting, Miguel. We're waiting for Aztec basketball, man. We're waiting for Aztec basketball. We are patiently waiting for Aztec basketball. We actually had that conversation the day before the show. Did we not?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Miguel, we're on it, buddy. We're on. Aztec basketball is going to be legit. Aztec basketball is going to be legit. Hockey-wise, Ducks play tomorrow. And with that, we will have the goals coach on.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Gulls start their season on Friday in Coachella Valley.
What are they, the Firebirds or something now?
I believe
that's
so.
a brand new team.
They've changed their name a couple of times. They're the Calgary Flames affiliate.
By the way, I threw a stray towards Baylor in the last segment too, and David Vu, our resident Baylor fan, missed it. Just know, David, I got my stray in there. I did see the hate is building up for next week. The only time TCU and Baylor fans walk hand in hand in agreement is on the stupid new name for the rivalry. The Blue Bonnet Battle. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. The dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. You know what it used to be called, Frank? The cult name of the rivalry?
What was it?
The Revivalry. 2 Christian schools.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit of a hiatus in the middle there when they're in different conferences, and then they revived it. The revivalry, way cooler. And then some kids at Baylor and TCU on their SGAs, their student government thing, wanted to get something on their resume, and I started a rivalry game. So they came together and they came up with this stupid trophy, and they came up with this stupid name called the Blue Bonnet Battle. And all they did was unite TCU and Baylor fans against them about how stupid it was and how dumb the trophy is. Now, I will say, I didn't realize the trophy was a shield. It's like on like this wood thing, and there's like a shield. It's kind of cool, not going to lie. It looks like a Captain America shield. Blue Bonnet Battle? Are you kidding me?
Sounds like a Fierce Bunny rivalry game with a bonnet.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds soft. The Blue Bonnet Battle.
Speaking of being soft, the Detroit Tigers are not looking all that Tiger-ish right now. They're looking pretty soft, losing to Seattle 1-0. 2 outs, top of the second inning, runners on first and second. JP Crawford up. Seattle is 7 innings away from punching their ticket to the ALCS.
Tigers will be joining Juan Soto in Cancun. There you go. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Let's get out to Patrick in San Diego. Patrick on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, man?
How you doing, buddy? I'm a San Diego native, so I probably fit in a different box than everybody else. Because I grew up with the Chargers, 26 years, season ticket holder. In the late 70s and 79, when they beat the Broncos on Monday Night Football, and they got their first AFC West title. From that point on, the season tickets were sold out for a decade at least. You couldn't get a ticket to the game unless you bought a single ticket, and you had to stand in line like on Monday mornings. It was a big old. It was hard to get tickets. It was all Charger fans for years and years. And you're right. As soon as they pulled up stakes, everybody went away, and then they blamed it on the fans, which is a bunch of BS. So as soon as they went away, I bought a hat from every other team in the league, and I proudly wear that after they lose to that team. It's a lot more fun rooting against them than it was for them, so I don't get heartbroken near as much,
Hey, good 2 weeks for you then, Patrick, huh? Nice couple of weeks there.
I took a giant hat from 2 weeks ago because it's just it's a sharp looking hat. So. But yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's nice rooting against them because they would always break your heart,
That's right. I remember, and
no
Patrick,
more.
I appreciate the phone call. He bought 31 hats and reps them the next day. That is next level hate right there. That is next level hate.
Yeah, that is. If you want to talk about hate watching, I do not own 31 other hats and wear the hat of the team that beats the Yankees. I don't do that.
You know what? Maybe you should. Maybe they'll start losing more.
I don't have the money for that.
You know what, chat? Time to start buying Frank some hats. Come on, send it.
Please
send it in.
Please do not do that. But if you were to do that, 7 5/8.
Thank you.
But don't do it. Don't do it. But if you were, 7 5/8.
Not being a fan of an NFL team anymore. You know what that has made me?
Trash Panda hats work well too.
You know what that has made me? Not having an NFL team anymore.
Liberated.
Happy on Mondays. Not sad and upset on Mondays. Going to bed, not upset.
Could also
when I go to Sundays, Sunday mornings is when I feel disgusted.
After
watching TCU football play.
It could also make a girlfriend happy on Sundays as well, because now you're not tied to a TV for X amount of hours to watch it.
I didn't say that. I still have to watch I have to watch Red Zone for fantasy football. If I don't watch, my players don't do well.
There it is.
So no, do not put words in my mouth.
At least he's not superstitious, folks.
Do not put words in my mouth. Somebody does like to put words in my mouth. And I correct her on it all the time. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. My buddy Mike likes to put words in my mouth. Didn't say that either. When we come back, we need a contestant for the Midday Sports Standoff. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Get you a preview. I don't know if we can have time to do that. We're going to do the Midday Sports Standoff when we come back. Braden Surprenant Show, staying on Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Time to get to our midday sports stand-up. Before we get to that, I want to mention that this hour on 97 to the Fan is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Let's get to it. We got a contestant ready to rock and roll.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
No, it's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right, Frank, who's our contestant?
Chris and San Marcos.
Chris and San Marcos. If Chris could take me down in sports trivia, he would be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize. Trip for 2 to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, a 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, and a $100 gas card. Jerry Seinfeld returns to the Coliseum at Caesars Palace on April 17th and 18th. See Ticketmaster.com for tickets. Chris, what's going on? How's your Wednesday, man?
Hey, going great. Just driving. Figured I'd give you guys a call and wishing the Padre game or the Padre season was going, but it is what it is. So go Aztecs.
Go
Anyway,
Aztecs.
right.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. You know, today would be a day that we'd be hosting a playoff game. R.I.P. Sad. Why
do you gotta bring the tone of the whole show down like that?
All right, well, then jazz us
No,
back up.
let's I actually refuse to watch playoff baseball. It's just a way of putting it in my rear view mirror. You know what I mean?
That's right.
There you go.
We're not looking at the past. We're looking at the bright future. No rearview mirrors in our cars, Chris.
We are going to we're going to go away from baseball here and make sure Braden can't bring us down again. There were 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League that started week 1 that played for Oklahoma.
Okay.
Who are they?
Okay. That's a rough one. My turn?
Yep.
Yeah, you get to lead us
You
off.
got the first crack.
Let's see. Boomer Esiason. I'm kidding.
No, current this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Start naming quarterbacks, Bo.
Let's see. JP McDaniels. Or Jaden McDaniels.
Nope, unfortunately not. Braden?
I'll go with Jalen Hurts. Start things off.
Jalen Hurts is one. He did spend some time at Oklahoma. Chris?
Let's see. This is a topic that sometimes it's your day that you know this stuff, and sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's not your day. It might not be Chris's day.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not.
All right.
Everything else is cool, but I mean, this as far as this subject matter goes, I'm not sure if I'm a ideal nemesis or foe for Braden.
I think we may have our first tap out
I think he tapped out.
Yeah, I think that's a tap
Chris,
out
appreciate
on that.
the effort there. All right, well, I might as well name the other ones.
Go for it.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
Kyler Murray. So that gives me 3. There's 5.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the other ones now. This is where it's going to get hard. Who else played at Oklahoma?
Played at Oklahoma doesn't necessarily mean they had to graduate from Oklahoma.
Okay. Yeah. Sam Bradford doesn't play anymore. Who else played at Oklahoma? I mean, I'm not competing against anybody, so I'm just kind of thinking here. It's not Tua. It's not. Who else is in there? It's not Josh Allen who went to Wyoming. Justin Fields went to Georgia and Ohio State. And then Drake May was at North Carolina. It's not the East.
So you got Baker Mayfield. For those of you in chat who are playing along,
Kyler Murray.
You've got Baker Mayfield. You got Kyler Murray, and you got Jalen Hurts.
Oh, he graduated from Oregon. Dylan Gabriel was at Oklahoma.
Okay.
He didn't start week 1 though.
Oh, that's true. Yes. So, well, he didn't start week 1.
Caleb Williams started week 1. He started
Caleb
Oklahoma.
Williams, and there's one more.
One more starting quarterback.
On the question.
That's one of the better questions.
Thank you.
He has had some fouls on questions though. All right. It's not Herbert. He's an Oregon guy the whole time.
NFC South.
NFC South. Oh, Spencer Rattler. That's who it is. He
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. You know why I didn't think about Spencer Rattler? Because all his other quarterbacks are good. Spencer Rattler's not. Spencer Rattler's not good.
Jesus.
So I don't know what to tell you. His record is what it is. Going 1-10 in your first, 11 NFL starts. Is that good, Frank?
Listen, you don't need to come out and say it. Like
I already threw Brock Purdy astray. So Spencer Rattler's definitely fair game. Dylan Gabriel did play for Oklahoma too, but he did not start. So that's like a
he
guy.
did not start week 1.
It's a lot of quarterbacks at Oklahoma. I hate Oklahoma. They got Texas this week too, huh? Don't they?
Yes, and
Mateer
is trying to play. He's lobbying to get in that game.
John Mateer's good. You know what I don't have to do now? I don't have to sit there and go, who is the lesser of two evils between Oklahoma and Texas, them being in the Big 12. Now I can just root for the underdog. I don't have to worry about either of those teams. Am I going to root for Texas this weekend? Oh God.
Don't do that.
Dun, 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 dun. Texas.
Oh.
Fight. Texas. I'm definitely rooting for Texas in this game. Carnage. I need carnage. Oklahoma's 5-0 and 1-0 in the SEC.
Correct.
They're 6th in the country.
But here's the thing.
I need Texas to win.
Here's the thing, though.
You know what I do in this game? In the All-State Red River rivalry, you know what I do every year? I go, who is more likely to lose more games down the stretch? I need that team to win because I know they're going to lose later.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, Oklahoma's screwed.
If Texas wins this game, you realize that's going to put them back in the top 25, which means it's going to be harder for TCU to get and stay in the top 25. Right?
Hold on. It depends who they both play. Oklahoma. You know what? I might need Oklahoma to win this game because here's who Oklahoma's got left. Oklahoma
Boomer Sooner.
No, don't ever say that again. That's a foul.
No, it's not.
Here's the deal. They got Texas, right? They'll beat them.
He draws the foul.
Then they play the Grim Reaper, which is South Carolina on the road. And South Carolina's got a hell of a schedule too. But they got the Grim Reaper of the SEC. It's South Carolina. And then you know what they have after that? Oklahoma. Ole Miss at home.
Yeah, that'll be
number
fun.
4 in the country. They go to Knoxville to take on the Tennessee Volunteers.
That they do.
12 in the country. Then, if that wasn't enough, they go down to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I was going to say they have to go to Alabama.
To play Alabama, who's number 8 in the country. And if that wasn't enough, they got to go to Missouri, who's 14 in the country.
to reignite that rivalry.
On November 22nd, and if that wasn't enough, Oklahoma's got to finish the season in Baton Rouge. No, correction. They get to play them at home.
Yeah,
but
they
got to play LSU,
Louisiana.
who's number 11 in the country. Their final 5 games are against teams that are ranked in the top 25 currently.
Oklahoma by 24, book it.
And the only other team that's not in their way is the Grim Reaper, which is South Carolina. Texas, on the other hand, by the way, only one of these schools complained about their schedule. Texas is the one that did. They got Kentucky and Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. You got to play Georgia, Arkansas, and Texas A&M.
That's when you go up the ladder, up the
Sooner. Boomer Sooner.
Oh, no.
Horns down. Boomer Sooner. Talk NFL and college football when we come back. What did Nate Taylor miss? Dab. He missed a hell of a question for the Midday Sports Standoff. Horns down when we come back. 1 o'clock on the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each every day from 10 to 2. Talk a lot of football today. And started a riot in the YouTube chat. It's great. 118 people voted. Yet I only have, how many likes do we have here? 25. Come on, man. Come on. There's a rookie numbers. Got to boost those numbers. 51% to 49%. How about that? 51% to 49%. Hey, man, whatever the poll does, goes. Don't have to tell you on that. Some people are confused about the poll, but you know what? Hey.
See, this is where we got to do the old Dan Levitard show bit.
Which is
where
what?
we just have a bunch of random polls that we throw up on our Twitter and we read the polls results after the show's over. It doesn't really work, though, if we've only got like 5 people showing up on our Twitter page.
That's true. Rod's on it, too. Rod is on it. He was getting people to like the video. We appreciate your time. Appreciate the likes. As we continue to talk some football here. We'll talk a little bit about, we talked to Padres earlier on, and that's, I don't know how much more we can spend on some of this. It gets to a point where you're just kicking a dead horse as we continue to watch the playoffs. What is the update in the playoff game in Detroit? Apparently, Ferris Khan is because he's one of the Michigan guys in our chat. He's not having a good time. He said watching Detroit Tigers playoff games is like getting a root canal and a colonoscopy at the same time. That sounds rough.
It's funny. Everyone hates watching their team in the playoffs, but every fan is PO'd when their team isn't in the playoffs.
We
it's
like
amazing
stress.
How
some
that
of
works.
us are suckers for pain, Frank, apparently.
Oh, really?
Not as much as Mets fans, but you know what?
Mets, Islanders, Knicks, Giants. You want to talk to me about pain?
Some of them have won championships before.
Do you want to talk to me about pain?
You know what, Frank? At least all your teams are still in the same city.
The Mets are embarrassing. The Giants are atrocious.
At least you have the Giants. I don't want to hear it.
The Islanders were bought by a con artist. And the Knicks are the Knicks. The Knicks are the biggest team in basketball that has not won a thing since 1970.
They have championships. I don't want to play the whole who's more miserable game.
My entire life.
But Frank had to go make it about me right now. Okay. Clay, Browns, let's talk pain, Frank. Do the Giants have a quarterback jersey like that? I mean, you have seen two Giant Super Bowls.
I have seen 2 Giant Super Bowls.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I do know the Islanders
You
won
have
4
seen
straight
the Mets in the
championships.
World Series at least twice.
I know the Islanders won 4 straight Stanley Cups. 10 years before I was born.
Still won them.
I didn't see it.
Therefore, it didn't happen.
The only time I have seen the Islanders, they have been a disgrace. Again, if this did happen in my lifetime, the Islanders were bought by a con artist. By a legit con artist who bought the team via bank fraud. That is a thing that happened.
Nate, get the world's smallest violin out again. Get it out. Come on, Nate. There you go. Let's listen about how miserable Frank has it as a sports fan who has seen his team win 2 Super Bowls, and his team didn't even leave.
They did a full ESPN 30 for 30 on it.
On how bad it is to be a New York fan?
No, on the Islanders being bought by a person who committed bank fraud.
There we go. Here it is. I'm just listening to the... You're falling on deaf ears for a lot of San Diego fans.
All I'm saying is, yes, I do know your pain. Don't think because I'm a New York sports fan, I'm a winner. I'm not. I'm a sucker is what it is.
You just decided to root for the teams that don't win. It would be worse if you were a Jets fan.
It would be so much worse if I were a Jets.
Cries in $100 bills. You are now Woody Harrelson.
No, I'm not.
I've seen my team win 2 Super Bowls. We don't even have a team anymore. I asked that question the last Army-Navy trip, by the way. To everybody that goes like, well, what do you guys talk about during the non-baseball season?
Are we doing that this year?
It's possible. I don't know if we could say that yet or not.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, hey. That's a possibility, Frank.
That would be awesome.
So on those trips that we've been on, we talked to other radio hosts. And what do you talk about during the non-baseball season? I'm like, other baseball, like national. Like, you guys can talk about the Chargers? I'm like, no, of course not. And then they go like
51% of our chat is talking about the Chargers right now.
And I remember talking to the guys in Houston at our sister station in Houston, and we'll put them on. We put them on every once in a while. And the last year we were at the Army-Navy game, no, 2 years ago, was like before they drafted C.J. Stroud. They were like 1-15, right? Like 1-15. They're awful. They're bitching, moaning, complaining about covering a bad team. Like, it's so rough having to cover a bad team. Like, they're 1-15. Like, how do we get? It's just nobody's got it harder than us. And I was like, at least you have a team.
Yeah, you have a football team.
You have a football team. Like, what? Like, and they're like, because one of them said, like, I almost rather not have a football team than watch a 1-15 team play. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, wait until you.
I would totally take a 1-15 NFL team over not having one at all. I would rather just sit through the misery. At least you have, because there's a little bit of hope. And they're like, yeah.
By the way, I've put the least amount of emotional stock in the Giants. Just saying. Of my 4 teams, I've put the least amount of emotional stock in the New
No
York
wonder they've
Football
won
Giants.
2 Super Bowls.
Exactly.
That's on you. That's on you. Bring the Jags to Chula Vista. They're moving to London, dude, before they move here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's talk quickly about...
Funny enough, the last thing I'll say on the Islander bit, the owner of the Islanders that did buy the team through bank fraud, his last name was Spano. So there you go. Runs in a family.
And then there's the Jets. Making fun of the Jets is kind of fun. It's kind of funny.
Like I told you yesterday, if you heard prime Mike Francesa, when you heard him open the show with, and then there's the Jets, you knew you were in for 15 minutes of comedy gold.
The Jetropolitans.
It was perfect every single time.
I love this chat. Pat Springer in the YouTube chat. San Diego fans are by far the worst represented by their teams in my 65 years on this planet. I'm apologetic to my kids and grandkids every year. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you were born here. Yeah, I'm so sorry I passed along the San Diego sports fandom to you.
Chat of the day right there.
You know, give him a round of applause. That was fantastic.
Oh, boy, Pat. Hold on, I got to find it. There it is.
There it is. And just for that, we get to play our favorite sounder. Where are the tacos at? Somebody get Pat Springer.
I'm waiting for the tacos. Where are the damn tacos at?
That's right. All right, moving on. Let's talk. We have a little bit of time here. I do want to talk about the NFL, but let's maybe we punt on the. We could get the scouting report on the Aztecs and Nevada later. If you
we're going to
want.
be getting it tomorrow. We're going to be getting it tomorrow.
Get it tomorrow. We can kind of recap that again on Friday. So save that on the rundown.
We'll do.
New transfer portal window. Did you see this?
I did see this.
So effective in 2026. That's next year, right?
Allegedly.
That's in a couple months. Oh, man.
Allegedly.
The transfer portal window for all FBS and FCS football players will officially open January 2nd to the 16th. This replaces the previous December window that overlapped the bowl prep, early signing day, and coaching carousel chaos. Say that 5 times fast. Coaching carousel chaos. The NCAA Division I's Administrative Committee voted Tuesday to adopt a change, finalizing it Wednesday, today. The new window begins one day after the college football playoff quarterfinals conclude. Players on college football playoff national championship teams will get an extra 5-day window, January 20th to the 24th, after the title game. Graduate transfers are no longer exempt. They must also wait until January 2nd to officially enter. The spring transfer window, previously in May, has been completely eliminated. This means one single transfer window for the entire offseason. Thank you. Thank the heavens. Thank the football gods that this is what we're doing. I love this. This is great. The only reason why they didn't have this before, it's like, well, the kids got to enroll for school. Enroll for school. Are we for real right now? Enroll for school.
They got to go to class.
They got to go to class, man. Yeah, sure, they got to go to class. This is creating a very clear calendar. Clear calendar for coaches to manage rosters after bowl season, before spring practices. It also prevents roster chaos during bowl prep and early signing day, which had become a major pain for coaches. There are some changes to the coaching change exception. Previously, when a head coach was fired or left, players at the school got 30 days to enter the portal immediately. Effective immediately, that window shrinks to 15 days, starting 5 days after a new head coach is hired or announced. The goal is to prevent mass player exits before the new coach even arrives, give a new head coach a short but fair chance to re-recruit his roster. Programs like Arkansas, Oklahoma State, UCLA, and Virginia Tech are grandfathered in under the old 30-day rules since their firings happened before the new policy. I don't mind that either. Did you hear what that last part was?
No, I'm doing something I thought I did an hour ago.
That's not fun.
No, it's not.
Okay, so they had the two transfer windows. They had a December one and they had a spring one, which is too many. So now you get one. It's in January. It's in the middle of the college football playoff. All the bowl games are now done. So that's good news, I think, for the Holiday Bowl. You're not going to have everybody to sit out to enter the transfer portal.
True.
So that's great news. And so with that, the other rule that was in place was if your coach gets fired or moves on, then the players would have 30 days to enter the portal. They have a new window, which I thought was fair. They're going to shrink that to 15, also fair. I mean, how many days do you need to contemplate whether or not you're leaving or not? Window shrinks to 15 days, starting 5 days after a new head coach is hired or announced. So the window doesn't open until they get the new coach. So if your coach gets fired, you don't get to enter the portal until the new coach is hired, and you have like 15 days to do it. I like that. I think that's fair. That's fair to the coach being hired. I think it's fair to the players. They still get to enter the portal if they don't like the new head coach or would have their meetings, everything like that. I think that's fair. It's going to limit mass roster exodus situation, provide some stability during transitions. However, critics say it reduces player freedom to make quick decisions about their future when leadership changes. I'm sorry. Should they get the freedom, Frank, to be able to go on every team that they want to be on at any certain time? Do they do that in any professional league ever?
No.
It's part of the contract. You signed a deal to play at a school. This is part of the deal. You're lucky you get to even leave and go to whatever school you want. Eliminates the player freedom. They have enough freedoms in the process as it is. Now, there are some pushbacks and legal threats, of course. Attorney Tom Mars, who has represented numerous high-profile college athletes, blasted the change on social media, said experienced antitrust lawyers will be at the courthouse before the sun comes up to challenge the 15-day window. Lawyers, dude. Limiting players to just 15 days per year to transfer could be seen as overly restrictive and potentially anti-competitive. I don't know about that. I disagree with that.
If you're a student who is about to uproot your entire life to go from one college to another, that is not a decision that is made at the spur of the moment. That is something you are thinking about for months in advance. That is a decision that you most likely make before the season is over. So yes, those 15 days are fine because that is not a decision that is like, I woke up this morning. I went to bed last night loving LSU, I woke up this morning loving Alabama just a little bit more.
Yeah, because my DM said I'll give you $3 million out of the transfer portal.
That's not something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing that's going to drive me absolutely insane about college athletics now, is they are going to try for every little bit more, every little bit more, every little bit more, and they're going to keep getting it because, we've held these kids down for so long. Where did the NCAA's defense of, these guys are student athletes, student first, where did that go? I haven't heard that in years. That was their go-to defense. They are student athletes, student first. I haven't heard a peep out of that crowd.
I haven't heard people out of that crowd either, and I coach high school sports, and the more I talk to parents and I listen to parents around, the more I realize that a lot of parents don't care about their kids' education.
Which is worse.
That's even worse. I mean, there are, and I hear it from other coaches, and I'm telling you right now, there is a lot of parents of high school players that could give a rat's ass about their college education. I mean, the parents don't care, the kids don't care, none of them care.
What happens when, God forbid, and again, I'm not wishing this on anyone, what happens if your kid has an injury, knee injury, and they can't play football anymore?
What are they going to do?
In their senior year, and they've taken absolutely everything for granted at the university, and their plan of making millions of dollars in the NFL falls through because of a freak accident. What happens then? What happens then?
You can't argue with these people, Frank, because they got the foregone conclusion that their kid is going to be a pro and is going to provide for them.
You know who thought that? My parents. Until they saw me play, and they're like, maybe not.
Probably not. Frank, what about radio?
No, that one was me.
Yeah, that was you.
But, come on.
And there's a lot of, and I'm not saying all of them, but there's a lot of there are people out there that will charge thousands of dollars to personally coach your kid in whatever sport and then tell them I can make him a D1 athlete. That's not reality. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, parents, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm honest with you. I work in college athletics. I talk to a lot of college coaches. Your kid getting recruited is mostly on genetics. Am I unfair in saying that?
No.
It's mostly on genetics. So, sir, your son getting recruited to a D1, and this is all they care about is the Power 5 and the Power 4 and D1 schools. I mean, there's a lot of kids.
No, it's the Power 5. Stop it.
Power Act, until it's the Power Act conference. No. Here's the deal. When I look at some of these players, and I look at and there's a lot of kids that are in the realm of very, very great high school players that will never be college players. And they will never be college players at the D1 level. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to be at the D1 level. We got a kid at our school that's a 5-star recruit. There are a lot of these kids, and people don't understand it. This kid is insane. I mean, watching him play, he does incredible things. He's going to get to college, and there's going to be 20 of them. 20, at least, at his school. It's the best of the best. And then you get to the next level, and it's the best of all the college players. And people say it, but nobody actually really knows what that means. And so you have to think about it. Your kid has to be dominating high school football if you think he's going to go to a power school. And on top of that, he has to be the right size. I can't tell you how many kids that we have had that are great, phenomenal football players that schools will not touch because they're not big enough. They could be fast, whatever. You have to have elite speed and running 20 miles an hour, or you have to be big. And here's the thing about size. You don't think those recruiters are looking at you, parents, about how big you guys are? They are. Got a kid sitting here, is oh, man, he's 5'8". Probably not going to work. They look at dad. He's 5'6". Mom's 5'4". It's not going to happen. Your kid could be the best player on his high school team. It ain't happening. That's the grip of reality. He's well, he's got the dream, and he's if you work hard, come on. There's something to working hard, but at the same time, you have to be blessed with some genetics. That is what's going to get you to the next level. These coaches that promise you all of this stuff, like, I could get your kid D1 if he works with me, if you spend the money on this, we're going to get him to D1. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. What's getting your son or your daughter to D1 is genetics. Now, there's a lot of kids that could play at a lot of different schools at lower levels. It's genetics. Baker Mayfield got the D. Baker Mayfield is fast. Baker Mayfield is quick. Baker Mayfield has elite talent. It's size and then it's speed. Those are the two things that you can't fix. You can't fix size. You can't fix speed. I'm seeing it all the time. Guys are elite athletes. And here's the other thing, because somebody's mentioned in the comment, what about this guy? Their quarterbacks are a little bit different. Quarterbacks are a little bit different. Size does matter in college athletics. Size does matter in college athletics. How many 5'8" kids you see out there running around starting on D1 football teams? It's very rare. And the ones that are faster than bleep. But that's what it is. That's the reality of the situation. Nobody wants to understand the reality of the situation. That's the reality of the situation. And you could tell very quickly what these guys and girls are able to do at a high school level if they can translate to the next level. And here's the thing about the NFL. Frank, what does the NFL stand for? It stands for a lot of things.
Not for long.
Not for long. Even if they have a 10-year career, they're still going to have to do something. They're still going to have to do something. So it's like, it's great. Like, everything about this is like, you know, try to get your money and all that other stuff. Going to class is great. It's very important. Very important. Again, size is a big part of this deal. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. And here's the deal. I watch college football for the logo of my school, and this is what's going to make it competitive. Here's your numbers for the transfer portal, by the way. Over 4,900 FBS players entered the transfer portal. Over 3,200 FCS players did the same thing. That is ridiculous. Another record-setting year of movement. That's roughly 1 in every 8 FBS players changing schools in a single year. Coaches have described it as free agency without contracts. The reform is designed to curb constant churn, but with the NIL market and player leverage at all-time highs, it may only slow, not stop the trend. And I'm telling you right now, players are not moving up. They're moving down. The reality of the situation. Nobody wants to hear it. It's the reality of the situation. Got somebody in the chat. I see firsthand 2-star linemen now getting $200,000 to $300,000 to play college when before those guys were barely getting into San Jose State. Where are they? Let me tell you right now, they're probably gigantic human beings. Gigantic human beings. That's the biggest difference between the SEC and USD. The SEC is the top level of college football. USD at D1. USD and the Pioneer League is the bottom level because they're non-scholarship. The athletes at USD are just as good as some of the athletes. If they played 7-on-7, game would be close. The difference is in the trenches. There's not that many of those human beings walking around. You have to be big. I see it first. I talk to recruiters all the time. Guys have to be big. That's what's getting him there. Not like some trainer that's gonna like, oh, if he works hard. No, that's the reality of the situation. But the problem is that I have, again, is there's too many parents right now, and I see it firsthand, that don't care about their kids' education because we've created this I gotta go get mine society, and it's sad to watch. And unfortunately, we're gonna be there when it all comes crumbling down. And it burns to the ground. But this is what everybody wanted. I got to pay the kids. Not a lot of them are caring about their education. It's a shame. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. If you want to give us a phone call. When we come back, we'll talk about what's trending in the NFL this week as we go into week 6. Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Summer Sports Station, 97.3 The Fan. All guests on 97 to the Fan, join us via the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Did you already print out the 2026 schedule?
No, that's been over here. I just put it up there yesterday.
When you get it on the bigger paper?
Yeah.
Got to get on the bigger paper.
Yeah, because again, I told you I have a organizational issue every single time I come into this room, and I've been seeing it sitting on the side here. I'm like, let's just get rid of last year's schedule. Let's put the new one up. Just get something where it's supposed to be.
We have a flip in the poll, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Would you be okay with us covering the Chargers in a neutral or slightly mocking way? 51% says no. YouTube user just took the survey. No neutral, all mocking. Update on the score in Detroit. Seattle, 3-0, top of the fifth. Runner on first, no outs. Julio Rodriguez comes to the dish.
They just got that third run, too. Like as we were coming back from break, they got that third run.
Detroit's offense, nowhere to be seen. There's a lot of sad Detroit fans right now. Sad. You want to talk about pain, Frank. You've seen your team win 2 Super Bowls. What's Detroit got? Just saying. Cleveland, Detroit. Well, Cleveland at least has the Cavs, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By the way, how about that?
What?
Did you see
LeBron and his retirement fake out?
That was a part of the sports thread
that we didn't get to?
Yeah, no, that we did not get to. How about LeBron making everyone think he was retiring only for it to be an ad to shill some stupid product? Are you kidding me? Did you see the prices for the Lakers game in Cleveland?
Yeah.
$3,000 a ticket. What
are they now?
Those tickets shot up to. What are they now? Oh, I'm not sure. I'll take a look. Hold on.
Julio Rodriguez almost hit into a double play. Rod says it right. Hey, you know what? Detroit gets turkey legs on Thanksgiving because they went on the Thursday and that Thanksgiving game all the time. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Emily and El Cajon, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Emily?
Hi, how you doing, Brandon and Frank? Hey, I just wanted to tell you just a short story, because it's pretty short. But I was telling Frank about how I'm born and raised in 69 when the Padres took over Jack Murphy Stadium. The Chargers also. I was a faithful fan for both of them, and I went all the time. And then so I stayed. I went to games. I went to every Padres. And it's turned over to Qualcomm. But I just wanted to tell you, I was a fan of the Chargers, and I have Merriman jersey. I did all of that, but then they went ahead and left, and it wasn't any fun anymore. I went to the Super Bowl when the Chargers went, and what a mess that was.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Emily, I appreciate the phone call. Thanks again for chiming in. Nate. Kevin's mom? Foul. Uncalled for, Nate.
He draws the foul.
Foul on getting called Brandon too, by the way. Should that be an immediate? See, where you gotta go like X on there, Frank, and go like Jim Rome and just be like, gone. See ya. I like what she was saying. She was laying out. I think this is what she was trying to put together, laying out how much of a Chargers fan she was, and then they left, and she was like, forget him.
By the way,
is that what she was saying?
Yeah, I believe so. By the way, the Lakers Cavs tickets now to go Upper Tank Center Court before the announcement was made for LeBron were $2,000.
$2,000.
They are now $376,
and probably shrinking.
Yes, going very down.
833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Chuck in La Mesa, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Chuck?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I just want to agree with you on the Chargers. You know, I'm a 67-year-old San Diego native, okay? Been a Charger fan my whole life. They left. I root for the team they play against. Whenever the Chargers play somebody, I root for the other team. The one thing I want to say is Dean Spanos is the biggest idiot owner in the NFL. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He traded away Drew Brees, and what did Drew go out? He gets a Super Bowl ring. Trades away Rodney Harrison. What does Rodney do? Gets a Super Bowl ring. Junior Seau was one play away from the Super Bowl ring with the Patriots. And just, the guy's an idiot, man. If they were to come back with the new stadium you talked about in South Bay, I don't know. I wouldn't want to root for him if he was still the owner. That's where I'm at on that.
Well, I appreciate the phone call, Chuck. When did we stop talking about this? Like 3 segments ago? An hour ago? It was like an hour ago. They were still calling us about it. I stirred the pot so bad. I just lit a match through it. Walked away. I did, Rod. Of course I did. I knew I was going to get that. 128 people voted on that poll. 51% said no. Love it. People arguing whether or not a college degree matters or not. That's fun. Hold up. Hand up. Accountability. All right, we got to take one more break, don't we? Or this is our final segment?
No, we do.
Let's get to break. We'll talk about the NFL. What's trending in Week 6 when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show. 141 on the Braden Surprenant Show. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. I've had a fun time today. I think the show's been fun.
Yeah, this was a good show. From 2 hours of driving myself nuts yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah,
100%.
this has been good.
100%. All right, we talked about the transfer portal already. We talked about, we don't have too much time to dive into San Diego State. Here's kind of what's going on in the National Football League for Week 6. Do we need the music to make it more spicy?
Do we need the music?
Do we ever not need the music?
That's a fair point.
Oh, man. Cited the YouTube chat. 130 on the polls. 51 no. Good news for Adam. All right, let's talk about Week 6 latest buzz, question, and news in the National Football League. Geno Smith and the Raiders. That's been rough, hasn't it? Geno Smith is up to 9 picks through 5 games, and the Raiders are, quote, mildly concerned about their quarterback. Raiders insiders think Geno Smith has been late with throws, relying too much on arm strength and forcing balls into tight windows. He also has been hurt by lack of help. No Brock Bowers, no Michael Mayer, both of his tight ends that are studs. No left tackle Colton Miller. Wide receiver depth is thin. Still, Pete Carroll's familiarity with Smith from Seattle gives him some leash. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly under fire. Insiders say his scheme isn't creating enough easy plays to offset talent gaps. If things spiral, Kenny Pickett, who's currently the backup in Las Vegas, could get a look later in the season.
That's a good question. Can he?
I don't know. General manager John Spytek is rebuilding through the draft. Carroll, who's 74, is coaching like it's win now. Roster doesn't match the timeline. Only true stars are Max Crosby and Brock Bowers. Geno's contract gives the Raiders an easy out after this year. If they cut him, they have to eat $18.5 million dead cap, but could reset at quarterback in 2026. Essentially, Geno Smith is on a $58.5 million trial. That's a very expensive free trial. $58.5 million.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Quote, or should I say question to answer, Frank. Are the Raiders' problems about Geno Smith, or is it Pete Carroll? Interesting question.
I'd say it's the whole organization in general.
Organization, for sure.
I don't know. That one's a harder one because, again, Geno had success with Pete Carroll in Seattle. So it's not, you can't say the quarterback and coach aren't linking up together because they did. They've proven it. That's a really tough one. I think going with what you'd mentioned with Chip Kelly, I think that's more of the issue right now. It's not dumbing down the playbook with the big stars that are missing on that offense.
I don't think it's either of them. I think it's the organization. I think the Raiders are a circus of an organization. It starts with Mark Davis at the top. I mean, Geno does look shaky, but is he really the scapegoat of this team? I mean, I think he's a symptom of this team. He had success in Seattle. Now, he didn't have previous success wherever he was before that. And I don't remember because he has had so much success in Seattle.
He's been with the Jets. He's been with the Giants.
Where did he start with? The Jets or the Giants?
Yeah, he started with the Jets.
I mean, let's think about that for a second. Where has Geno thrived? Organizations that are well run. Seattle. Where has he not thrived? Giants, Jets, now the Raiders. I don't know. I feel like, to me, they're in a bad spot because they're kind of stuck between 2 points right now. Are they a rebuilding team? Or are they a team that wants to win now? I mean, their roster doesn't match the timeline. Geno Smith might at least carry the gap until you can get some other players. But I don't know why you would why would you go with Kenny Pickett now? It's not like they're the Giants, right? That have Russell Wilson to be the bridge gap until Jackson Dart is ready. There's a young guy ready to go. It's Jackson Dart. Kenny Pickett's not the future of that org. Just let Geno Smith play. Here's the other thing. He's got no Brock Bowers, no Michael Mayer. Colton Miller, the left tackle's out. He's got no receivers. I mean, they're a mess. The organization is a mess. I don't think the Raiders' problems are Geno Smith or Pete Carroll. I think the Raiders' problems is they're the Raiders. I mean, what are the questions popped up? Should the Raiders move on from Geno Smith and Pete Carroll this offseason and start over? What are you going to start over with? What are you going to start over with?
I think they should move on is from Tom Brady being one of their owners, and
that's another circus in itself.
Doing broadcasting at the same time.
Tell him to stop broadcasting and start working for the team.
By the way, back-to-back RBI doubles. Detroit's cut the lead down 3-2 now. Seattle, bottom 5.
Explain to me how that impacts Aaron Judge's playoff moment. Man, I'm just poking everybody today. I just have been in a poke the bear mode today.
Can't wait for your kids to practice. That'll be fun day of practice with Coach
It might be
Beeser.
a fun day of practice. We roll through all special teams on Wednesdays. Yeah, I'm fired up, ready to go. I ain't taking anybody's BS today.
Coach Beeser about to have the entire special teams run 5 laps around the campus.
That's not a bad idea, now that you think about it.
Sorry. Wasn't my intention to give him an idea.
Let's talk about Daniel Jones, Frank. What do you think about that?
Yeah, let's
Daniel
do
Jones
that.
revival in Indianapolis. He is Indiana Jones, is he not? Daniel Jones has been one of the NFL's biggest surprises, thriving under Colts head coach Shane Steichen. Insiders say Jones' confidence and freedom are back. Steichen believes in him, and it's showing. Jones has improved footwork, pocket poise, and decision-making. He is supported by Jonathan Taylor's resurgence in the run game, elite offensive line play, scheme fit, heavy play action, movement, simplified reads. Vibe feels like the 2022 Giants, but with a much better offensive system and supporting cast. Some lingering concerns. Deep ball inconsistency, which we knew with him.
It's always had that.
Always been the case. Underthrown passes have led to turnovers. Can he avoid the turnover avalanche that derailed him in New York? Teams like the Vikings reportedly regret losing him after a short stint there last year. I mean, the Vikings right now probably regret that. They got Carson Wentz. But you know what? It might just go to show how great of a quarterback whisperer Kevin O'Connell is. Right?
Yeah.
Carson Wentz has done okay. I mean, give him some time. Let Kevin cook with Carson Wentz. If Jones keeps producing, does Indy give him an early extension? I think that would be foolish.
Yeah, that would be very, very stupid.
I don't think you could, is he their new franchise quarterback? With Anthony Richardson? I mean, Anthony Richardson is still there. He's still on the roster.
But again, if you thought it was Anthony Richardson, then you would have played him.
Well,
he's been there for a couple of years, is he not?
He has, and then he pulled himself for being too tired in Houston last year, and that was kind of the end.
Yeah, there you go. But
he's still on the roster. You're paying him money to be
that's your automatic
guy.
disqualifier.
Maybe somebody else can acquire Anthony Richardson.
Maybe the Bengal. Oh, wait a minute.
Has Shane Steichen done it again, unlocking another reclamation quarterback, just like he did with Jalen Hurts? Can Jones sustain it when adversity hits? I mean, they haven't played anybody good either.
No.
And the team's solid around him. Daniel Jones, biggest redemption story in football or fool's gold again? I'm leaning towards fool's gold.
I would.
He's playing well, though. He's playing well. I can't say he's not playing well. He's playing well.
He has played very, very well. Speaking of playing well, the Tigers are doing just that. RBI single, Javi Baez, 3-3, bottom 5.
Tied it, baby.
Yeah, I would say fool's gold still.
Fool's gold. Extension buzz.
No.
Hutchinson, Jones, Davis among candidates. Aiden Hutchinson, Lions defensive lineman, is most likely near-term extension candidate, eligible entering year 4. He's got 5 sacks, 3-4 fumbles already this season. Could command top-tier edge money. Not Micah Parsons, $186 million, which is crazy, but close. Daniel Jones could also be discussed for a new deal if he sustains success. Jordan Davis with the Eagles might be next in Philly's proactive extension cycle, following their model of locking up young core defenders. Alante Taylor for the Saints. Quentin Lanka, the Rams, also extension names to watch. Ravens still need to handle extensions for Tyler Linderbaum, Isaiah Likely, and eventually Lamar Jackson, whose $75 million 2026 cap hit looms. Romeo Doubs, potential trade or extension candidate. He is Jordan Love's favorite target amid a crowded wide receiver room. Is Aiden Hutchinson about to get quarterback money?
Should.
I think he should. Should defenders get paid that much?
I mean,
I think so. I mean, it's equal, right? I mean, you need a good pass rush to help to counteract quarterbacks. They should get high level money. There's not a lot of them to go around. Playing defensive end at an elite level is difficult, just like playing quarterback at elite level is difficult.
The only thing you could say to that is that positions in the NFL are not created equal.
That's true.
So it depends on what you value on the defensive side of the ball. Quarterback is the most important position on the football field, period.
Next best important, the guys that protect said quarterback. Next best important, the guys that go after said quarterback. Quarterback, offensive line, defensive line. Those are the three areas that if you want to be good, you have to have good players in that particular area. It's not receivers. It's not cornerbacks. It's not linebackers. It's not quarterback, offensive line, defensive line. That's where you're at. Elite defensive linemen you have to pay money to keep. Just like elite quarterbacks, just like elite left tackles. Those are the players that should be getting elite level money. You know who should not be getting elite level money, Frank?
Me?
Wide receivers.
Oh.
No, you deserve elite level money, Frank. Let's
go.
Speak that into existence.
Adam?
Okay.
You heard him?
Whatever I say goes, apparently. Out of the group that I said, Hutchinson, Jones, Davis, who gets a contract extension? I'm leaning towards Aiden Hutchinson. I think the Lions like that black and blue defensive front kind of attitude.
Yeah, I think Hutchinson would be the one.
Plus, he's a Michigan guy.
Yes.
They're talking about coordinators on the rise, kind of trending topics about guys that might be the next one to hire as a head coach. I don't want to dive into that. It's been 5 weeks. Some teams look good. Some teams don't look good. Let's get to Derek and La Mesa. We haven't heard from Derek in a while. Derek, what's going on? Finish up the show for us.
Hey, real quick, brother. Hey, in light of the Jarrah Jones 2 thumbs up controversy, I dubbed the Frankie 2 thumbs. Frankie, what's your call on the Oregon-Indiana game? The Indiana coach is talking a lot of trash. What say you, Frankie?
I'm taking the Quackers.
I will take Oregon as well over Cignetti. Hey, Derek, have you ever heard Cignetti, man? Look him up. He wins. That's what he says. You got to have something ready for us on Monday when Oregon beats their ass.
Hey, I win everywhere I go. That's what he says. Well, You know what? We'll see. I'll call next week.
Yeah, let me know. I mean, you got to have. I know you're going to put something together for Cignetti if you go out there and beat up on Indiana.
Exactly.
We'll
you guys have a great
it.
weekend. Take care.
You too, Derek. We'll record Derek and we'll send it to Cignetti for him. Look me up. I win. All right, buddy. Sounds good. Hey, you know what? I got to say, he backs it up. 5-0 to start the year. The Indiana Hoosiers, they're ranked. When has Indiana been ranked this high in football? Aside from the 2 years that Cignetti's been there.
What's a Hoosier?
We'll answer that tomorrow. For Frank Marchese, I'm Braden Surprenant. Braden Surprenant Show. Gwen and Chris coming up next. San Diego Summer Sports Station, 97.3 The Fan.